Hello everybody, welcome, it's Thursday, and Thursday means it's time for the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I hope you're all having a fabulous night. Welcome. We are going to get back into the second case of the second game, where everybody's favorite playwright, William Shakespeare, was poisoned and almost died. Hello, Tony. Hello, friends.
To get to 70.
Hi.
I need to do level check because for some reason all your microphones were being funky for me. So
Yeah. Levi got quiet like right before you started talking.
Great.
I wish I knew what this was.
I don't know.
And Alex, your mic got quiet for me too.
Oh, weird. Let me find the
Okay,
sound
hi.
things.
I'm back. I'm
I
better.
haven't touched this in a
probably.
while.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with Levi.
Hi. Learned Nipponese friend.
Great. Thank you. Miles?
Hi! I don't know what I'll probably be talking around this volume, right? Because I'm Soseki tonight.
I think you need to be voice cracking a lot more.
I mean, when I have dialogue to read, I will commit.
Not headset.
Shasta?
There we go.
Hi, I'm here. I say things. Sometimes, occasionally, I do talk.
Okay. That's good. How you doing, Alex?
I think I fixed it.
Yes, you did. Okay.
Okay.
Say some
Am I
more.
too loud now? I took it from 8 on to 100.
I think you're
I know
peaking.
you're peaking really
You
bad.
are peaking
Okay.
now. Yeah.
And cutting out. It was really very unpleasant.
Better?
Yes.
88. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
88's a good number.
Yeah, say some more words.
I'm saying all the words, all of them. A, B, C, D, fuck you.
Those are good words. Good job.
They're all of them.
Those are all of the words. Okay.
Call me Wordle. Got them all.
Call me Wordle, because I got all the words. Alright, great.
I've got every single one of them.
Love that for you. Okay, I think we're ready to start.
You know some guy has already dropped in his new Fire mixtape. Call me Wordle because something.
Yeah.
Oh God.
With this-
Jesus
Hey,
Christ.
buddy. I missed you.
Hey, friend.
Hey, everyone's favorite part.
Oh God.
Misa Seraph.
Please, take it away.
Behold! You have only to rearrange the letters of my name to see that me's a seraph, an angel indeed. Thus be I noble of mind, sweet of nature, and verily honest of heart, as all heavenly angels be.
God, that shoulder roll.
Because there isn't a less contrived meaning in your name. No. Not at all. Nope. Not one.
The jurors seem to be very moved by this man, I'm afraid.
Oh, good. Great.
They all
Oh
moved.
my god. They're actually
Yes, so very
taking the
compelling.
serif anagram idea seriously?
Old guy's like, what?
Thank you, witnesses, for illuminating introductions.
Has the judge's robes always been red?
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Talking about
agree.
Santa.
That I just looked and they were like, they're redder than I remembered.
Okay. I just
They're
don't
bloody this time.
I just don't remember them being that bright. Something looks different. Man's always been Santa Claus.
I'm going back to the VODs.
Okay. I just really, I saw it this time. I haven't seen it before. But, my lord, what's the man next to Mr. Shamspeare doing here? The gas man, I mean?
What? Me? Well, no.
They've always been red.
Okay.
Allow me to enlighten my learned friend.
Got
You
a very good
recall, I
picture of his face.
presume, your earlier impertinence. That's tough.
Your earlier.
Your earlier impertinence.
Your earlier.
Because in a British accent, you do pronounce the
Your-
R if there's a vowel immediately after. So it's your earlier, but it's like it doesn't feel right. Like,
Earlier. Your earlier.
your earlier.
Earlier.
Yeah. I'd have to practice.
Your earlier.
Blah, 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 blah.
When you suggested that the victim had another visitor to his room in the night in question. And, moreover, that the victim is a compulsive liar.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand anything you just said.
No, yeah, I
Okay.
was not paying attention either.
Okay. You recall your early okay, when you suggested the
Your
victim had
earlier impertinence.
another visitor to his room on the night in question and that he was a compulsive liar. Okay, we said
That's
that.
like annoying to say in American English.
It's just so haughty.
Earlier,
Your earlier impertinence.
impertinence. Earlier.
Impertinence.
What? No, I didn't quite say that.
This young chin stroker here is here to controvert your wild claims conclusively.
Tony suggests hitting the R with a single roll.
Your earlier impertinence. Earlier impertinence. Yeah, maybe you're on the money there. I think.
I rolled my tongue and Selena came over and started poking me.
Aww.
It's like, what are you doing? You're purring.
Summoned the cat.
You're purring.
What's going on?
I'm here.
Who's petting you?
Is that not so, Mr. Meterman?
Meter man.
Hang on now. Just here.
What if
I'm
it's supposed
imagining
to be
him with
pronounced
a German
Metterman?
accent.
What if it's Metterman?
I was just because in German it would be like Mettermann, right? Mettermann.
I don't know. I don't know how to
German.
do. I can't.
No, yeah. I'm just
Don't
imagining.
do it. It's okay. You don't have
Just
to.
see how
Alright.
much he rubs his chin. That man's gonna get so many pimples. Your oily ass hands.
How do you know they're oily?
He's a gas man.
Oh.
Well, okay, but like, it's like natural gas. That's not gonna make your hands
That's good for
oily.
your pores.
No, it's
Sounds
not
good for
gonna
your
make his
pores.
hands oily.
It's not gasoline.
It's not gasoline or oil. It is a vapor.
I hereby call for your formal testimony.
Thanks, Judge. Move us
You will
along.
tell the court as lucidly as possible what happened on the night in question.
As lucidly? It makes it seem like they're definitely drunk.
I mean, one of them was poisoned.
That's fair.
And also, he does speak as
Oh
if
my
he was
god,
drunk.
his animations!
One may smile and be a villain. Villain. Yes, it doth pain me, but let the truth be spoken. The truth of that wintry night of my discontent.
Okay.
Oh, you fucker. It's a bad line.
Mm,
Please just let that one line be part of the testimony. Impress.
Right.
That's it! That's it!
That's not
No,
the
no, it's
testimony,
starting, it's starting.
Alex.
Yeah, we've been
it's
waffling enough.
They haven't even
forgot that we
started
had to say this.
testifying. The wintry night of my discontent.
He's talking about his white ass.
The snow lay about. My neighbor did cometh in the evening, bearing a gift of tea. But marry, Bitter was his drink, and when he left, I did fall prostrate on my table. 'Twas the tea alone did pass my lips that late hour, naught else.
I was outside this bloke's window in the freezing cold all night, keeping my eye on his room.
He's just fucking watching him.
Why? Why?
I like looking at his white ass.
You can just say you were jealous.
No one else visited his room but that short little round-backed Eastern fella.
God, this guy's... Both their animations are so fucking wild.
Yeah.
Wait. What did you say? You were keeping an eye on Mr. Shamspear's room all night?
That's right. Of course, the bloke's window is all still blocked up, isn't it? But there's a little gap in the bricks where you can see into the room.
That's so much creepier.
So I spent the night trying to keep my teeth from shattering as I peered through that.
So you're...
Sir?
Those chattering teeth would be fucking loud.
He sees nothing wrong with this.
He's just
Completely
admitting to
is just like-
stalking. Like,
Yeah.
Sir? Why?
Did Shamspear know?
Maybe.
He seems okay with it.
Yeah, maybe Shamspear's thinking of
Thank you, John!
The question is, why?
Why were you there?
Why?
Ah! Well, no, it's because he's on my list. My murder list. I poisoned them with the gas I did.
What a piece of work is a man! Wherefore wouldst thou not stare in wonderment?
I have no fucking clue what he's talking about.
What are you talking about? What are you saying?
This... my brain. Oh, I read that as...
No, just go.
Nope.
Just go.
No.
This
You
buzzing busybody hath not part in this play.
He would say bussy.
I pray thee, pay him no heed. Make no more ado about his tedious words.
He was outside of your
Why are you
flat.
so
Oh,
afraid with him just staring
nice.
in your apartment?
He was just
What
staring
list?
Everything's
into your
fine.
apartment all night.
What list?
You're on a list.
What'd you say about me?
Oh my god.
God, these two are such characters. Good lord.
Calm yourself.
I got an eyelash in my eye.
This court is concerned with what happened on the night in question.
Ah.
Nothing more.
Ah.
Indeed, that is so.
And, as the testimony we have heard clearly reveals, there was no one other than the accused present at the time who have carried out this crime.
There was a man standing outside the window all night.
Ah, it's fine. It's just, you know, normal British things.
Six.
Everyone is assigned
This
to
is normal,
watches
right?
them at night while they sleep every night.
And who do you watch at night?
And who watches the Night Watch?
Yeah,
Oh
Em.
my god.
Whose window do you stand outside of all night?
Well,
She's... Sorry, go ahead.
I believe this may be the final testimony of the trial.
No,
gonna
it
say that.
won't.
Hello?
Now, counsel, the defense may proceed with the cross-examination.
We haven't even had a summation examination, sir.
Yes, my lord. Levi, I'm gonna fucking kick you.
His mouth. Like, just
Such a
his
good
mouth
mouth.
being open all the time. He's just quietly humming constantly.
Watch watch his mouth when he talks.
Like he's got such lip action going on with every single word.
He's got such lip.
He just sounded. Well, okay. What if he didn't have a voice? He just sounded like an Animal Crossing character.
Oh my god.
Ay. Gotta make sure you're cozy. Make sure there's no peeping toms, cause that's not what you're doing at all.
Hold it!
To be clear, by neighbor, you are referring to the defendant, Mr. Natsume?
Indeed, sire. Perchance thou wouldst that I call him the man from upstairs?
Why did he
Jesus?
He just did like a little like wiggle forward.
Or he did it earlier.
I didn't see him. I didn't see him do the wiggle.
That's what I was talking about. The shoulder roll.
Just did like a little dolphin dive. God damn.
And at what time did the mustachioed Nipponese visit you in your room? Our meeting was promised for the hour of 9. No, did he come to tender a gift of fragrant tea?
Details which are in accordance with the defendant's own testimony, yes.
And broiled. Sorry, I must have been quiet. And we were broiled in such a literary debate as history hath not seen before.
By which I presume he means.
The discussion about who was stronger, Romeo or Juliet. Which is still a wild whole thing.
Such a-
battle, Romeo versus Juliet.
This Sunday.
Epic rap battles of history. Romeo versus Juliet.
Shams
Yeah, that was they did do that.
They did
No,
Romeo
they
and Juliet versus Bonnie and Clyde.
Yes, I
Yeah,
knew
they
that.
did.
Did play the part of young Romeo, whilst my neighbor played the fair Juliet.
Were you expecting Soseki to kiss you after you took the poison? Is that why? Is that why you're mad?
On
Each of us dressed
pay-per-view.
as would our characters be to bring weight upon our merry experiment. As in, Soseki was dressed like Juliet.
Soseki was just like Juliet.
This is the wildest shit.
What is happening? The reason why we're not allowed to
Just
talk
you guys
about this
hanging out.
case isn't anything serious. It's just that Soseki never wants to relive being dressed up as
This.
Juliet because
Soseki
Shamsir
did not.
wanted to kiss him.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Let's see, shall we?
I dare not imagine the scene.
So
Shut up, I wanna.
fucking weird.
Frailty, thy name is woman.
Ah,
Canst thou imagine how dismayed I was? Yes, I'd heard of the Eastern art of jujitsu, but ne'er did I dream 'twould be a skill practiced by the comely maiden.
Oh my
Comely?
god.
Comely?
Comely.
Comely.
He
I don't say that word very often.
fucking. He just
Yad.
fucking knocked you the fuck out.
Susato took down him.
Soseki take down.
He just fucking knocked you on your ass. It wasn't even a fucking debate about the play. He just
I think we're all
beat
laughing.
each other up.
They just did a wrestling match as Romeo and Juliet. Sherlock doesn't want us talking about it because he wasn't invited and he's pissed off.
Juliet beat Romeo up? This is not helping our case.
I believe the court has heard enough about your earth-shattering literary debate.
I'm so sorry the ad made you miss that. Shamspeare just said Soseki used jujitsu on him when they were dressed up as Romeo and Juliet.
Perhaps you could reiterate your statement about the tea that the accused brought to your room. My liege, I am thy servant. Gladly, I would do thy bidding.
Oh, God.
I'm realizing I hope Iris isn't in this this session, because I cannot go from this fucker to Iris.
Practice.
Ugh, let me stop you there. Mr. Natsume left your room at 11 o'clock, but it wasn't until after 2 that the poison made you collapse. That amounts to more than 3 hours of missing time.
Oh my god, he's doing what I'm doing when I can't think.
You did.
He's like almost on beat. Kind of.
I was gonna let that go quietly so we could clip Levi just doing that.
I'm doing the arm movements for. I am fully following him.
I'm glad you're having fun. I was so worried you guys were gonna give me this guy. I don't want him.
I want him in more ways than one.
Oh, Jesus
I'm
Christ.
sorry.
Apparently, he's got a fat ass.
I seize it.
If the defendant had really put the poison into your tea, that 3-hour window of time is something you're going to have to explain.
Just said nothing.
Gladly, 'tis an easy task.
To him, all of the music is diegetic.
This is one of the best fucking
Yeah,
animations.
it really is. Just let him do that for the entire rest of the cross-examination, please.
The animators had so much fucking fun with this.
Just find that animation and have it go into the corridor stream. Well, the rest of the time you always stream.
That's a good thing to have.
God.
That's your BRB screen.
Oh,
Right.
Oh my God.
What?
I did drink of the tea, not while my guest did tarry, but after he took leave of me.
Oh my God.
This is why there needs to be so much space between him and Meterman.
So he can.
Because Meterman understands what he does.
No, he gets slapped.
Oh. Faith, 'twas stone cold, but at 1 hour post midnight, verily were my lips parched.
Objection.
That doesn't sound normal.
Nay, 'tis quite ordinary, sire. After all, thou wouldst recall our fiery debate. Amidst such argument, there'd be no time for fiery tea. With this,
God.
I can't read these lines with my hands over my face, but I would if I could.
Levi's going full method acting.
I mean, I gotta embody it, right?
Romeo
It's
and
so good.
Juliet again. And who was stronger?
I do admit that when I'm voicing Soseki, I am I don't do all the YMCA, but I am that physically tense whenever I voice this
Yeah,
character.
yeah, absolutely. You gotta.
You have to be.
Yeah, respect. Mr. Shamspeare, in summary, allow me to confirm. Did you not come here with the intention of naming your attacker? But of course, my liege. 'Twas the stooped lover of words did attempt to shuffle me off this mortal coil.
Y'all know what that means. Wap, 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 wap.
Hold it!
So, you didn't have any kind of evening meal? Dinner? Supper?
Fire or fee?
Fine.
Five?
Fie on luxury, fie on gluttony. To eat thrice daily is but a waste of time.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
you weren't poisoned. You just had low blood sugar.
Like fighting constantly and then not drinking anything for like 3 hours after
Yeah,
that.
this man, like,
At 1 a.m.?
just give him some granola bars and send him home.
Sorry.
I would that my belly were full. No more oft than the sun doth rise.
I thought that
Good
sentence.
lord.
I thought that sentence was him saying, I don't need to eat anything but the sun. I subsist only of sunlight.
Have you heard about the people who
Yes.
like are very adamant
Breatharians?
Yes.
Yeah, they just stick their assholes straight into the sun.
Oh no, not
Every
no, I
morning?
mean, there's a different group of people that just try to eat the
Not.
sun.
Oh
No,
no, there's like
They are like the butthole ones. That's a different thing.
I didn't know about the
there's like people who
butthole.
do yoga where they just like every morning. Apparently, it's good for you if you do downward facing dog, fully naked in the sun, facing the sun. Well, your ass needs to face the sun.
I didn't realize I didn't think it was specifically downward dog. I thought it was anything that shows off your entire asshole to the sun.
I mean, I feel like downward dog is probably the easiest.
They are. Downward dog is hard. I'm so bad
I
at
might
it.
be thinking of that. Just like bend over,
Uh.
show your ass.
Is he like is he galloping, by the way? Is that what this is?
Yes,
I
and it
think
does
so.
kind
Yes.
of look like he's smacking his own ass while he's
It
doing
does.
it.
I think he's trying to indicate riding a horse, right? Like slapping
Yeah.
a horse,
Right.
but it looks like he's
Yeah.
like
I don't know
Fail-
what he's
trying and
sorry.
failing to slap
We'll
his own
move on
ass.
from that. I don't know what's
It would be
happening.
fucking hilarious if his cape just kept hitting Meterman in the face and Meterman didn't move, didn't
Right,
fucking
not
flinch
reacting.
at all.
Oh.
Most heroic eating habits, I must say.
No, what? Oh, he's still going.
Night and day do I fill my hours with learned study of the great bard and playwright. Hence, is it that there doth not in my chamber be the costumes of mine art? What?
I don't know anymore.
hence there's not a chamber.
There.
What?
Well, he's
Hence
saying that
is
there
it
are no
that
costumes
there
in his
doth
room.
Yeah,
not in
doth
my
is-
chamber
is
be
not is
then
nothing. There's
costumes
nothing.
of mine
Yeah,
art.
but
There is nothing but
But we're on
But he
there's
food?
nothing but
Oh, there's
his
just but
costumes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, nothing in
Oh.
his living space except his costumes is what he's saying.
Okay, I was gonna be like contradiction.
No,
He has costumes in
he
his room.
has no food, only costumes.
Well, he has nothing else.
Oh my guy.
He eats the clothes.
He lives off
He's a
soap.
moth.
Carl Jung was
Man.
right.
He's Mothman.
That would appear to be the case, as even a rodent was found
See?
starved to death in your room.
And Zeeks agrees with us. He's Mothman.
Now I think of it, it's not just food that was conspicuously missing from the room, was it?
There wasn't a bed
it?
in his room
Was
either.
there a bed?
No.
Yeah. There was just costumes. I don't recall seeing a single play or script anywhere.
Oh.
Also a bed or any sort of does he just sleep in a big pile of costumes?
He just slept on stage, sitting in his dining chair. God.
You
He makes
play
a
acted
nest.
at sleeping.
For I have devoured them all. Oh God!
You
The rats?
You ate. No! The play!
The plays?
Oh, the plate. Oh, he's being cute. Okay.
Susato said, I don't recall seeing a
Mhm.
single player script anywhere.
right. I got it.
God, this guy's fucking. To be honest, it is really fun to have a witness. We actually have to try to we actually have to work to figure out what the fuck he's saying.
You've
It's kind of a fun twist.
eaten them.
Every word be within my skull.
He lives off soap.
Levi?
Good God.
What?
I said it.
He said
He
this.
said it.
You died for me. I did not hear you say it.
Weird. Every word be within my skull. Didst thou imagine otherwise? I'm doing it because in case stream didn't think of it.
Right. Yeah. If Molly didn't hear it, Stream didn't hear it.
Also, Levi did say it. Well, other people. I think like 3 of us were also talking at once.
Right. That wasn't misleading at all. Now, could you turn around, do you think?
Which brings us to the conclusion that the only way the poison could have passed the victim's lips is in the tea.
Well, he could have eaten
And
his
that
paper.
is
What the fuck does that mean? But the windows of that house have all been filled in. Susato, God.
Fun
Every
window
time.
tax.
Every
I love
time.
talking about this window tax because it is
God.
so sad.
It's like the 7th time you say it every time.
Fingerprint of the gun.
Yeah.
Ballistic markings of the fingerprint of the gun. The mitochondria of the powerhouse of the cell.
Yeah, you're right there, bricked up boy. But as it happens, there's a little part of the brickwork at the bottom of the corner that's been opened up.
Alex, this is perfect. Keep doing what you're doing. I love how unintelligible you are.
they're both unintelligible for good reason.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was looking into the gap. The baby gap.
Yes, there were a few bricks loose, weren't there?
And for some strange reason, a couple of bars of soap lined up on the ledge outside as well.
Hi, Izzy.
Hi, Izzy.
This is gonna be a wild session today.
I don't like going around poking my chin in other people's business, especially on freezing cold nights.
I'm sorry?
Sure.
But them's my orders. That's what I'll keep doing as long as there's breath in my body.
Who's ordering you to
Huh.
stand outside someone's flat all night?
Maybe he has to. Maybe when the time runs out, you have to manually turn off the heat. So he has to sit there and wait for the time to be up.
What is with all the theatricals today?
Out of interest, Mr. Meterman, after the accused had left and returned to his own lodgings, did you see the victim leave the room at all?
Nope, he never left. He was in that room the whole time as far as I'm concerned.
And we can therefore discount the possibility of suicide.
He's still alive.
How can you be sure of that?
How can you be sure of
Are
that?
you sure about that?
The police carried out a thorough investigation of the scene and found no receptacle for the poison. And since we know the victim didn't leave his room, and hence didn't dispose of the poison's container himself, it's clear that this was no attempted suicide. Only the culprit could have removed the receptacle.
Oh, yes. Lucidly explained, Counsel. Thank you.
It really was. You can't argue with that logic.
Hold it!
You say a short little round-back eastern fella. So you can't be sure it was the defendant, then?
Objection!
How many other short little round-backed Nipponese with a mustache do you think there are in London?
I didn't say nothing about no mustache.
At least 7. He also didn't say anything about a mustache.
He didn't have a mustache. Well, of course, it's only a narrow gap and it was quite dark, so I didn't notice the mustache.
Cannon.
Okay.
Didn't see the
Fair enough.
mustache.
But he showed up at around 9, so I'm pretty sure myself.
And when the person you saw arrived, did he and Mr. Shamspear drink tea together?
Nah, sorry, I couldn't say.
Why not?
My mom told me not to. Because I couldn't see into the room all that well, could I? But what I did see was a silhouette of that little round-backed fellow wearing a pretty dress.
Oh, my lord.
And the pair of them started some kind of wrestling match. I tell you, I don't know what to make of it.
Oh, wow.
my god! Ah.
Lip 2.
It was hot.
I suppose. That was the Romeo and Juliet championship battle getting underway.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Sunday, 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 as you do.
Mr. Meterman,
Oh,
allow me to confirm one final time. Apart from the accused, can you state with certainty that no one else visited the victim on the night in question?
No question, Gasman's honor.
what kind of honor does a gas man have?
Ooh, who's holding it?
Who's holding? We're holding. Hello?
I think it's him.
Hi.
No! Oh!
Off.
My
oh my
lord.
god. You
He
were,
so did it.
He was
He
so there.
so did it.
My lord. Fucking missed this guy.
Goodness me, yes, Mr. Foreman.
Mr. Bruce, fair play.
Examination.
I've kept my mouth shut and listened up to now, but this has gone on long enough. Are you all with me?
Oh, he just wants to end this. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yee!
Yes!
Yes.
Don't remember what that weirdo kid voice was again.
Are we to understand that you ladies and gentlemen of the jury are in agreement with one another? That you've reached a unanimous decision?
Too right we have. Are you all with me?
And you skip right to the summation.
Yes.
examination. Yes!
Wait, no. The defense is in the middle of a cross-examination.
To be honest, I was holding out a bit of hope for you, young man.
Were you?
Especially after you identified those few hours that followed the accused leaving the victim's room.
Yeah? Yes, the 3 missing hours, as you put it.
But in the end, what difference do they make? None as far as I can see.
And since that's now apparent, there's really no reason to delay our decision any longer.
Like I was saying before, if I don't take 5 bob home with me tonight, Mrs. will blow it up. I've got to get a divorce, man.
What's that? Sorry, I didn't quite catch what you said.
Ah, he's back.
I love that old man.
Very well. Let the court be apprised of your decisions. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, you will state your leanings as to the defense's culpability.
Yeah, good enough.
One of these times I really want them to not be unanimous.
Guilty. Guilty.
That might happen.
Guilty.
I don't like his voice.
Guilty.
You don't like that he's Irish?
No, it's just like, it's so like mellow and high. Not to say guys who look like that can't sound like that, but
All of you.
That's how this goes. Where have you been?
Well, it would appear that the jury is indeed unanimous.
Florp.
so, this time at least, it seems justice will be done. All's well that ends well, as they say.
I saw really cute art earlier today of Wagahai walking into the courtroom and batting the chalice off off the bench.
He's like, "No, I'm supposed to do that."
It was so
I'm
cute.
I'm holding my can of creamy root beer soda. Like he's holding the chalice.
Method acting.
Yeah.
Levi did say this.
Yeah.
I know.
This calls for a toast, I feel. To the guilty being punished.
Ugh. Ugh.
It's okay. You got a summation examination. You're fine.
Get up, Mr. Naruhodo, please!
The game has to explain it to
What
us
if he
because this is
just
the
died?
second one and we haven't done it yet.
Oh, yeah.
The trial isn't over yet.
What? What do you mean, Miss Sato?
What about the information I found in this encyclopedia of British law I have?
Oh, they're really just gonna go over it?
That obscure right that belongs to the defense in these situations. Remember? I put my glasses on.
A summation examination. Yes, that's right. We don't have a jury in Japanese courts, of course. But here in a British court of law, if we can reverse the decisions of a majority of the jurors, we can force the trial to continue. This trial can't end now. Whatever it takes. I just can't let that happen. The defense moves to invoke its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Why am I not surprised at my learned Nipponese friend's inability to admit defeat? You choose to cling desperately to archaic rule you barely comprehend instead of accepting the truth.
Certainly no other defense counsel in recent times has exercised the right to summation examination.
Like, why not? What's wrong with these people?
They don't have the pure charisma.
They don't have this
Because-
guy. They don't have Ben Zeeks as an opponent.
Because they all know that once the jury's mind is set, it cannot be altered, despite what
Sir,
you've
you've
done.
been in two
I don't-
trials with us.
Don't worry about it.
He's trying to shit talk us.
Yeah, he is.
Nevertheless, the right remains and must be upheld.
Thanks. Get fucked.
The defense counsel's request is granted. This court will proceed with a summation examination outlined in the Encyclopedia of British Law.
Thank you, my lord.
Are you and your fellows prepared, Mr. Foreman?
Believe me, my lord, we know all about this young lad's tenacity. And we're ready for it.
Very well. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hereby call upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime for which he stands accused.
The old man's gonna be like, I was standing outside there too. Like, it just ends up being in a place that like gives us more information.
Hmm.
The jurors' contentions.
The victim may not be well off, but he's a noble man and straight up. There's no reason to doubt the man.
He's
Straight is not.
he is so obtuse.
That also is true.
Yeah.
Well, I do declare the good gentleman has no reason to lie. In fact, I think he's rather splendid.
Oh, you do?
Just look at the accused by comparison. He's Japanese, stoops all the time, he has a mustache, very... Yeah, I'm so racist.
Oh my
Now I'm the
god!
racist one.
This is the
Does anyone want to fix me?
I've already called one. This is the common sense that we were talking about, right? That we
To the British public.
Oh boy.
Christ. No.
There's no evidence to suggest the gangling actor is a frogsman, for now at least.
I really don't care. Like, I just need this trial to end quickly.
Sir, you need a divorce.
Quickly.
Quickly.
You need your marriage to end quickly.
3 hours talking. 3 hours of missing time is nothing when you're my age. You know nothing at all.
Oh.
I missed 5 minutes 2 seconds ago.
Alright. Amazing.
I knew it. Every single one of them seems completely convinced.
It would seem that all the jurors have come to the conclusion that Mr. Shakespeare is a fine, upstanding, and honest citizen.
Gay.
But he's a
Then-
liar.
If you ask me, they've all been bewitched by his strange theatrical movements.
To be fair, so have I.
And sadly, nothing Mr. Natsume has said appears to have registered at all.
Wait, I think we need more Mr. Natsume's theatrical movements. Why didn't they work?
The
Well,
two of them, I wanted the two of them, like, at the same time, and just like, like,
oh,
Please
God.
get them on. And then they're gonna
Well.
start wrestling again, and I need that animation.
oh my god.
Here goes. Let's not forget. I've pleaded with the jury on Saseki-san's behalf before, and it worked. So you never know.
Before we begin, it might be an idea for me to remind you exactly how a summation examination works, Mr. Naruhodo.
No, I'm good. Oh.
Yeah.
But you're still very new to British law, after all.
I'm good. It's true, I suppose. And Saseki-san's fate is entirely in my hands now, too. There's always a chance I might have
did
forgotten
this
some
yesterday.
crucial detail. Perhaps I should hear Susato-san out. I wonder, should I let her talk me through it again or not bother? Oh, fuck! No! Shit! No!
Oh, god damn it.
Molly!
Molly.
Can we
it
just,
up.
like...
Turn
Fine.
on autoplay, and we'll just vibe for
It's
a
fine.
little bit.
It's fine. We're listening carefully. I'm so sorry.
I watched it happen, but our delay is too much to ever have stopped you.
I was trying to advance through the dialogue, and then the fucking... Okay. Then it just, like, lagged out, and then it accepted without... It's fine. Alright then. All that remains now is to do it.
Without further ado, please, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination. Don't know why my brain is just like, that's only one line. There's nothing more there.
Yes, my lord.
That's really not a bad tutorial. That was not a...
Yeah, that was pretty quick.
God, they're in the background.
The defense's rebuttal.
God, why is he always like that? The man is a mouth breather. His breath's gotta be so bad.
Alright. He's noble. Apparently. I think he's rather splendid.
I feel like he deliberately was trying to be racist because he heard what Levi said last time and was like kind of fishing.
Oh my god.
He's like, I'm gonna be the racist one this time. It's gotta be something with him. This fucking weirdo. I love him so much.
I just wanted to refresh.
That's
What
fair.
we got.
Why do Sherlock and Olive look like they're in a different art style?
They are.
Yeah.
I mean, they all kind of look pretty distinct, which is kind
Yeah.
of like
Yeah. It's just,
like
it's just something
like
this
even
game has
Gregson
done.
and Garadeb.
Yeah, it's just something this game has done with like a lot of characters, is they all have vastly different like designs and face shapes. Everybody is just kind of weird.
But also just like detailing even. I feel like you can tell who the main characters are, or the people that come back around. The Gregson's pretty plain.
Yeah, and Shamspear is pretty exaggerated. Like, I don't think that's...
Well, there are plenty of people in London who seem noble but poor. Couldn't some of them also be liars?
I've no doubt about it. Like that shaky client of yours, for example.
Damn.
Absolutely not. Mr. Nutsmay is no liar.
Look, the point is, the only thing that passed the victim's lips that night was that Japanese man's tea. When you take the gas man's testimony into account as well, the truth couldn't be any clearer.
Well, that's alarmingly logical.
But let me be frank here. I'm a gentleman with a gentleman's values. If it turns out the old Shakespearean chum is a rotten liar after all, I'd gladly change my decision about the defendant.
Okay.
And I'm sure my fellow gentlemen on the jury would do the same. Isn't that right?
Well, yes, perhaps. Though I don't see it happening. Eh? What's that? Elderly gentleman in there, you know, you'll have to speak up.
Sorry. Look, I really don't care about all this nonsense. I just need this trial to be over. Look at him saying something different. That I mean not.
How many gentlemen do we actually have on the jury then? Alright, sir. I may hold you to that. Don't forget what you said.
Was that line just like target the guys?
You can show me?
Is that a new line?
Yeah, it's a new line.
Mm-hmm.
Miles.
Oh, sorry. Wait. Oh, right. If you can show me that victim's a liar, I'll reconsider my position. Sorry, I thought it was a line we'd already gotten being put into the thing. I forgot that it was a...
Are you saying you believe the man to be trustworthy because he's rather splendid? No, that's not what I said. The point is, the man is the victim here. What reason would he have to lie? And yes, he is rather splendid. So you say. Yet again. Meanwhile, the man who stands accused behaves so suspiciously it's exhausting to look at him. I'm afraid he's not splendid at all. Splendid logic there, madam. Thank you so much. No, not one of those things is a reason to find the man guilty.
But he is fishy. There's no point dancing around that fact. He's Japanese. He's mustache and he stoops.
You have to prove that those things are lies. The mustache is fake, he rips it off.
You see, you arrive at the conclusion in just 3 steps. 3 steps, like a waltz, in fact.
He's just fucking free-associating.
Is this guy a dancer?
I know, the more I think about it, the more this trial seems like a dance.
You seem to be several steps ahead of yourself, though. And you're on the wrong foot. No, there's nothing but circumstantial evidence here. There's no actual proof of the defendant's guilt.
But the victim's version of events is backed up by that picture man with the picture man next to him says, isn't it?
You know these people have names.
1, he saw the Japanese in there. 2, he saw no one else. And 3, he saw the Japanese men. Oh. That's another 3 step. Well, this just really does seem more like a waltz, doesn't it? What
Right.
are you talking about?
And the prosecution will waltz its way to victory if I let you speak much more.
Like, this game, they decided to give this juror a thing, and it's dancing for some reason?
Because that's what he is. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's a dancer. A fraudsman? What do you mean by that, madam?
It's really tiresome problem for the company. Most irritating.
For the company.
Is she a tycoon? Is she the one who's put the guy on his window?
Oh.
We're absolutely certain that a customer is stealing from us, but without hard evidence. We can't even threaten to take action for fear of being sued.
Does he have
She's
a
the
coin?
queen bee.
Ooh,
He's
you're
got
right.
he's got a coin on a
God.
string that he puts into the gas meter so that he can have gas without paying for it. I'm sorry, you've lost me a little there. Who are you?
I'm the wife of Augustus Altamont, owner of the Altamont Gas Company.
Yeah,
go.
she is.
Good gracious! Altamont Gas, you say? Gas is the future of energy in this country and around the globe, but proper handling is essential. As I'm sure our employee from the East End branch office would be the first to agree.
Absolutely, Lady Quinby. Go.
Queenie! You got it! Got it in one!
Wow.
Gotta be used properly. Altamont Gas is the best gas in the world, of course it is.
He did look like he was gonna pee himself when
Tony.
he started moving.
Those words that you're saying, I just can't read. I don't know those words. I feel like those don't exist. That's not a thing.
Her name is Quinby Altamont.
Mm-hmm.
Quinby Altamont.
Quinby.
It's a pretty good name, honestly.
I think we may have solved the mystery of the bow from earlier, Mr. Naruhodo. The bow from earlier, Mr. Naruhodo.
Right. He bowed in deference to his employer's wife, did he? Ah, so would I be right in assuming that the reason Mr. Meterman was watching what Mr. Shamspear was up to in his room?
I'm afraid there's no end to the lengths the population of the East End will go to in order to steal our gas. So I really have no choice when the company identifies someone as a possible fraudman. But to dispatch a worker to watch the suspect day and night, we're very thorough in our investigations.
That's stalking.
I'm rich.
So, you mean Mr. Shamspear is...
I wouldn't come out and say it in public, but you can finish that sentence with a grubby little gas thief.
Wow, she's got a stinger and everything.
Damn.
Oh my god, I love her. I love her.
You have noticed the public gallery in here, have you?
The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Faith, wouldst thou wound me with thy words, were I to let them penetrate the skin? But seraphs hear not insults, only choirs of angels in song.
We may not have evidence yet, but my workers won't stop buzzing around you until they find it. And when they do, you'll find yourself blasted back to your angelic heights in an Altamont gas explosion.
So Mr. Shamspear has been stealing gas. I wonder, juror number 4, if you wouldn't mind adding that information to your statement?
My pleasure. Was it the bit about ripping the thief apart you enjoyed?
A little before that part, about abject violence, if that's not too much trouble.
I didn't mind that part though.
Yes, of course.
This could be it. This could shift the balance.
The victim puts on a fine performance, but in reality he's a common thief of my company's gas.
Easy peasy.
Those two statements clearly contradict each other.
Good gracious! To what statements do you refer, counsel?
Juror number 1.
What you yelling about, lad?
I presume you heard juror number 4's statement, made by the wife of the owner of Altamont Gas.
Well, yes.
The victim, who you claim to be a noble, straight-up man, in fact turns out to be a common thief.
So the good lady says, but there's no evidence, is there? You and I both heard them say as much.
It's true, we don't have evidence as such. Just yet.
Oh! That's what the soap is for!
Was that planting
making
evidence?
He's making ice coins!
Oh!
Oh!
Ice coins?
They melt
my
in the
God.
machine.
He's making fake coins to put in the machine when they're frozen as ice and then they melt.
Oh shit!
That's what
That's
they're
why
for!
he needs the tea.
So he never
He
drank
used the tea to make another coin, and that's why it was brown.
Yeah!
Oh.
So now we know where the tea went. It went into the gas machine.
And
Wow.
then they poisoned him with the gas.
Maybe?
No,
then
no,
what-
the tea.
No.
We had the tea coin. The tea coin never made it into the machine. Sorry, the tea coin went into our pocket and melted it.
Right.
Never got the opportunity to do that, but that's what he was going to use it for. I definitely think they poisoned him with the gas.
But the claims aren't baseless, you know.
No, they couldn't have poisoned him with the gas because the gas goes to the whole house. Like, it's one gas line for the entire house. The entire building.
Why does he have control over it? Why would Garrett
He
have
doesn't.
It's not control.
What?
It's a valve basically.
Yeah,
Like,
everybody
goes
has
everywhere.
everyone has an
Okay.
individual like valve that they put the money into that opens the gas
Okay.
for their flat.
You heard me. CNS's operation has already been compromised. I would suggest that the court hears testimony from our East End branch office employee over there.
I'll do whatever you say, my lady. Gasman's honor.
Juror number 1. You say you're a man of your word.
Ugh.
If I could show that Mr. Shamspear was a liar, you assured me that you would reconsider your decision about the defendant's guilt.
Yes, I did say that. And as a man of honor, I'll do it. As I'm sure the other gentlemen of the jury will.
He's a believer in fair play.
Alex.
Oh, that's me. Me? Well, yes. Now that we found the man's out the man's a liar, perhaps we ought to consider the matter further. Well, if I'm perfectly honest, I haven't heard half of what you've been saying. Just need to recap a few points that would suit me down the line.
It will do what, Alex?
It would suit me down to the ground.
Okay.
My wife is abusive.
That's what he says.
In that case, I'll change my leaning.
So, Mr. William Shamspear, if that is your real name,
It's not. It's not.
we of the jury demand to know exactly what kind of a man you really are.
Well, those two people. I was like, there's only one person?
That's 4 jurors. 4 not guilty.
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo. Victory!
What?
Order! Order! Well, this is quite extraordinary, I must say. As a result of the defense's summation examination, the jury's leaning has changed.
Weird.
Crazy.
And only 2 jurors say guilty, whilst 4 say not guilty. I therefore declare this court to be in a state of disaccord, and order the trial to continue.
At least he gets to drink his actual drink.
He's not.
Oh, okay. You have spoilt the bouquet, Mr. Shamspear. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury now find they are unable to trust you, the victim. But you gods will give us some fault to make us men. So God mend me. I do swear. This gasman speaketh that which concerns him most. Not but gas, not but thin air. It burneth bright a while, but it hath no substance, and it doth reek foul. Reek!
Oh, wait, what did you just say? I really did not understand it.
Do I take it, Mr. Shamspeare, that you deny the allegations of gas thievery?
Most heartily, my lord. Hast thou forgot? I am as a seraph, an angel. Noble of mind, sweet of nature, and verily, dumb of ass. Hot, honest of heart.
Ah, you flowery mouth pompous beanpole just 'cause I haven't got evidence yet.
Mr. Shamspeare, if in fact you are not noble of mind, sweet of nature, or honest of heart, if you are a liar, then your testimony should have no sway in this courtroom.
It is my considered opinion that at the present time no other possible culprit of this crime has been identified. All testimony heard by the court thus far heavily implicates the defendant. In short, it would not be unreasonable at this stage for me to rule on the case.
Excuse
Uh-oh.
you?
Oh no.
However, in light of the fact that the jury has expressed concerns about the fidelity of the witness, I believe it would be inappropriate for the court to not pursue the point further.
Okay.
Objection!
I assure you, my lord, that this would be a waste of the court's time. The gas and the case are unrelated.
They're not. Juror number 4.
Yes.
Didn't you say before that although you had no hard evidence to prove that this man has been stealing gas, you have strong grounds for suspecting him?
That's right. We do. Don't we, Worker?
Absolutely, Lady Quimby. I'm a gasman's owner.
I wonder if they're accepting drone applications.
Very well then. We will hear your testimony now.
Are you okay, Levi?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Levi wasn't sick to
What?
You will tell the court precisely why you have believed the victim, Mr. William Shakespeare. That's the tribute. Shamspeare has been stealing gas.
Mr. Billy Shakes.
Billy
Mr.
Shams.
Shake.
Mr. Billy Shams.
Oh,
Yes, my lord. Oh,
If I may, my lord.
Yes, my lord. It'll be my pleasure. On the Altamont gas and main, Altamont gas name, I swear.
If I may, my lord. Go ahead, madam. This worker's testimony may have a significant bearing on the good name of my husband's company. Therefore, I should like to take the stand alongside him in a supervisory role, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh shit.
Woo! Oh yeah, sweet as honey. Yeah.
oh my god!
Oh my god, his
Sam.
mouth, he looks like one of the Bionicle.
Yeah.
Oh
fruits.
my
You know
god!
what I'm talking about?
Yes!
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad you guys immediately
You're
understood.
right. Very well.
He
As
looks
an
like an
exception,
emoji.
I shall honor your request.
This
He-
looks like an emotion.
An
Emoji,
emoji.
like the default Apple like emojis that their mouth
Yeah,
opens
yeah.
into a perfect D shape, like the.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, my lord.
You wait till the boss gives you an earful. Oh, it's gonna sting. You mock my words.
God, he's so. Yeah, you're right, Nat. He's such a simp.
He's a bootlicking simp.
He's a boot.
So you will both testify before the court.
Bet you Meter Man's anti-union.
Oh, absolutely.
Quimby's anti-union.
He's a
The
scab.
brother.
He's a scab.
On the subject of the illegal consumptions of Altamont Gas Company's fuel.
He's eating it.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Yes. Is that clear, my good man?
Clear as Altamont gas, my lady. Which is the clearest in the world.
Okay.
See you straight through it, madam. And if only you could see me as I see you.
Do you think the gas has gone to his head, Miss Susato?
Something's gone to his head.
I think the man is just a very dedicated employee, Mr. Naruhodo.
Alex, I appreciated that.
I wasn't listening, and I
Susato
don't want
is
to hear
not going
it.
to
I simply did not hear it. I simply do not listen.
I simply.
The Altamont Gas Company's investigation. God, she's so pretty, though.
Mm-hmm.
She is. She definitely killed this man.
I'm proud to be the company's East End branch investigator and meter money collection agent. Altamont gas meters accept 10 penny bits, each coin giving customers
penny.
about 2 hours of gorgeous gas. Penny.
I don't know what a thrup penny is. I also don't know what a turn penny is.
And yet, the meter in Mr. Shamspeare's room didn't have a single coin in it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The meter doesn't appear to have been tampered with, though, and the collection agent has the only key.
Somehow he's using all the flaming gas he wants without paying a penny. If that's not thieving, what is? Ow. 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 Ow.
Oh, hush.
No, it's like right in front of his face.
It's a nice little breeze. Pray forgive the discourtesy. The irrelevance of this testimony caused me to turn my hallowed chalice.
No, you're just a day drinker, dude. Admit it.
You're just an alcoholic.
I
Get
can
some
stop
help.
anytime I want.
What do you mean by that remark, Lord Van Zeeks?
Yep.
Did the mustachioed Nipponese poison the gangling excuse for an actor, or didn't he? That is all that should concern this court, and yet now we must listen to this abhorrence.
Van Zeeks, we're trying to determine if we can trust this man when he says he was poisoned. Because right now I don't trust that he's telling us the truth.
Clearly, what separates the vast British Empire and your Eastern Island nation is more than geographical distance.
But this could turn out to be crucial testimony. The cross-examination must go ahead.
Do what you will.
I love it.
Lord Van Zeeks appears to be in a violent mood.
Yes, he does. An attempted poisoning and an instance of gas theft with no supporting evidence. It's true that they would appear completely unrelated at first glance, but I wonder. The truth tends to be buried in the most unusual places, like a bar of soap. And the first step in uncovering it will be to establish just who and what this man really is.
And what?
What is he?
Hold it!
So does that mean you enter people's houses in order to empty their gas meters?
But I do. I have to try to catch people when they're in. Then I ask permission to come inside and do my business.
Does that mean you've been into Mr. Natsume's room before, as well as that of Mr. Shamspeare?
Well, now interesting you should bring that up, because I couldn't believe how little money he was in his meter. I mean, how the pair of them survive when the winter is beyond me, it really is.
Knowing Mr. Natsume, He probably spends all of his gas money on books.
And then when he's finished reading them, he probably burns them for warmth.
You will kindly reiterate your statement about the gas meters, Mr. Meatman.
Not much else to say, really, but as you wish.
Threepenny.
Penny.
Threepenny. So all London houses that have a
Yeah.
gas supply are fitted with these gas meters, are they?
They're the latest model, the height of technology developed by a company, Altamont Gas. And anyone who uses all gas will have one of these meters on their property, yes.
So if a 3p coin gives 2 hours of gas, most people would use about 3 coins in a night.
A bit more than that usually, if they have both gas lights and the gas stove, that is.
Thinking about it, Saseki-san doesn't have a fireplace in that room of his, does he?
Some people still choose to use candles, of course. They only have gas for heating.
Oh, yes, I do remember seeing candles in Mr. Natsume's room, actually.
Good night, Thanks for hanging out.
Right,
Good night.
And how does the money in the meter get back to you at the gas company?
Every 3 days, gasmen like me visit properties on the gas supply and empty the meters of coins.
I must say, the design and manufacture of the new meter cost the company an awful lot of money. But happily, it did put a stop to people not paying their dues, for the most part.
Ah, because they have to pay in advance, you mean?
Yes, exactly right.
Out of interest, how long has this been going on?
Weeks and weeks he's been pinching gas off us for ages.
And you've examined the meter in Mr. Shakespeare's room, I take it? Naturally. We took it off the wall and went over it with a fine-toothed comb. Fine-toothed comb.
Fine cooch, home.
And found nothing suspicious at all, I presume. Oh.
We got there.
No, I'm afraid we didn't. Which is exactly why I demanded a new type of meter to be produced. One with an indestructible lock. The Shakespeare Special.
That sounds like it would have cost an awful lot of 3p pieces.
But even after all that, the rascal's meter was still empty.
Now I'll never forget the humiliation. When I opened up the money box and found the... You what? I said, you what? God, his eyes. And the look on his face, that smarmy smile is... Pulled the meter straight off the wall and took it back to the office. You know what? Nothing.
Alex, are you like covering your mouth when you...
Yeah, I got my fucking hand on my chin.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really
Could
hard
you
to
not?
hear you. I don't understand you.
Not a trace of it being jemmied up open. Being jemmied open anywhere, not a single sign. And what's happening to my salary as a result? Down 3 shilling a day, that's what.
A life-threatening situation in a number of ways. Incidentally, what became of that meter?
Nothing became of it. I still got it.
Oh.
Right here.
No wonder they call you Meter Man.
I think it would be prudent for the court to sequester this item while the trial is ongoing.
The gas meter's been entered into the court record.
I bet it's wet.
A meter that dispenses gas for a set amount of time after a coin is inserted. It sports a very strong lock developed especially with Mr. Shamspeare in mind. Definitely. Although at first glance, there doesn't appear to be anything unusual about it.
Let's move this along, shall we? Continue with your testimony. Though I would say it has as much value as the contents of that meter.
Oof.
The meter doesn't appear. Oh, right, I already said this. Not repeating myself.
Oh.
That's why it's wet! That's why it was wet under the meter!
Uh-huh.
The floor's
it,
wet.
Yeah, it like broke through. Wait.
He probably poked a hole in it so there wouldn't be water in the bottom.
Yeah.
Ah. Wait, how the fuck were they all like, there's no tampering with this? There's clearly a hole in there. I mean, not that big enough for a coin, but it's still like, you can't say nothing happened.
Oh. What's...
Have you spotted something, Mr. Naruhodo?
just here? There's a little hole. Do you see?
Goodness, you're right. I wouldn't have noticed.
It's not a very neat hole, is it? Not professionally made, I'd say.
So, you think it might have been opened up by Mr. Shamspeare?
Possibly. It seems the people at Altamont Gas must have missed it.
Well, it certainly seems to go all the way through to the inside.
Yes, but there's no way a coin could fit through there.
That's true, but even so, it seems more than a little suspicious.
Thank you.
The details of the gas meter have been updated in the court record. There's-
Especially since, at this point, they had 2 meters that came from him that had the same hole. And they were like, it's definitely not the hole.
Nah,
Got nothing to
it's
do with it.
fine. There's nothing wrong. That's a very sturdy-looking padlock, isn't it?
And the money box is sealed with a beeswax, too.
Oh, it is! Jesus!
That's actually great.
So if Mr. Sholmes were to get up to any mischief, he'd be found out immediately.
Mr. Naruhodo, mischief of that kind is not the sort of thing that Mrs. Sholmes would...
You know you didn't finish that sentence, don't you?
Well, anyway, it's understandable that the gas company would want to safeguard the money that's rightfully theirs.
But it does feel a little over the top, perhaps, doesn't it?
God, the music is so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Objection!
Lady Altamont, I'm afraid to say that this meter clearly does show signs of having been tampered with.
What?
No way, I've been over and over that thing. I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with it.
In that case, what do you have to say about the small hole that's been made at the base of the coin box?
Oh, what?
You're right. You're quite right. There's a little hole there. The meters aren't supposed to have that. None of the others do.
In other words, we can assume that Mr. Shamspear secretly opened up this hole himself.
Yes, I wouldn't be at all surprised. But why?
Yeah, why? Because, I mean, it's tiny. You couldn't get a farthing in through that.
Lady Altamont, I wonder if you could give the court some more details about your meter design.
What sort of details?
Well, what I'd specifically like to know is how it differentiates coins.
Mm-hmm.
How does the meter tell the difference between different coins?
What do you mean?
Well, for example, if someone were to put a 1-penny coin, that wouldn't work, presumably, would it?
No, of course not.
So, well, how does the meter know if that the coin it's been fed is a threepenny bit?
Ah, I see what you're getting at now. The meter tells coins apart by their shape and size, which includes their thickness.
Nice.
A threepenny bit is about 3/4 of an inch in diameter, you see. Other coins just won't fit.
Ah, I see. It's clearly been very well thought out.
A witness will amend her formal testimony with that information in case it is pertinent. As you wish, my lord. The meter is designed for coins the exact diameter and thickness of a threepenny bit. Nothing else will fit.
Soap.
Oh? Look at this bar of soap. There's a circular depression on the side, about 2 centimeters across.
Or 3/4 of an inch. Ah! Do you think?
We did find this soap at the scene, didn't we?
Yes, there were 2 bars on that ledge just outside the window. So we took this one. But I'm sure that when we first found it, there was some sort of reddish medallion in the middle there. I remember it clearly.
Yes, but there's no sign of it now. Where could it have gone? The details of the bar of soap have been updated in the court record.
Nice.
Objection!
Let me just confirm something here. If the diameter and thickness were to be correct, the meter would accept any object as if it were a threepenny bit. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, by something of a coincidence, while we were investigating in Mr. Shamspear's room, we found a particular item that matches the dimensions perfectly.
Something the same size as a threepenny bit? What was it?
The item in question is this.
Sorry. What, have you been an alien gas as a bar of soap? That doesn't fit in a slot.
It certainly looks nothing like a threepenny bit, I must say.
It looks like I'm going to have to point out exactly what I mean here. What's so important about the soap is this part here. Turn it around. Turn it around.
That part right there.
Shit. God, I've hit the wrong button. Ah! Rather like something else we've been talking about. Wild. Thanks.
Got it!
Got it. You have to turn over the soap to see what I mean.
Ah! Are you referring to that round depression in the middle of the soap there?
That's right. A depression that's approximately 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Or in other words, almost exactly the same size as a threepenny bit.
Get away!
Does anyone here have in the position a threepenny bit? Quickly now, hand over your coins, ladies and gentlemen.
Judge, we just need one.
It sounds rather like a highway robbery, doesn't it?
Judge is taking all your money. This is a stick-up.
Thanks to the kind member of the public in the gallery, I have the threepenny here. Now to see if it fits. My word, couldn't be more snug.
Yes, as I suspected. This, without a doubt, is a vital clue to explain how the Altamont Gas Company is being defrauded.
Well, I don't believe it.
Oh my gosh, her skirt.
So, your assertion amounts to what? That some inferior bar of soap has a tentative connection to the theft of gas.
Yeah, duh.
Yes. The depression in the soap was clearly made by a threepenny bit.
I must concur, at least, that pushing a coin with some force into a poor quality bar of soap such as this is a remarkably simple way of replicating the coin's shape. Replicating.
Replicating. And then you could use some kind of metal wax or something to pour into the mold. You can make fake coins in no time.
Its eyes are so scary.
They're terrifying.
He's got
the
bad
only way to
eyes.
make it worse is if they were red.
This brings all the pieces of the puzzle together. It's the method Mr. Shamspear has been using to steal the gas. That's the missing link. And now if I follow the chain of thought, it's going to bring me to a new explanation of what happened that nobody's considered yet.
But this is all nonsense.
Molly considered like an hour ago.
The man has been making fake coins. My worker here would have found them when he emptied the meter. Quite true, Lady Altamont. The absence of some black magic that could make them disappear.
Weird.
Wild.
You see it. You
I see.
know.
That's what we're dealing with, is it?
Now he's about to say black magic from that Nipponese man.
God.
Oh my,
There's
you
one
fucker.
form of black magic that can cause the fake coins to disappear into thin air, yes?
Exactly. And the meter here gives it away.
What on earth?
There are remnants of the magical method used visible on the gas meter taken from the victim's room.
If that is your assertion, Counsel, the defense will identify these remnants to the court. At once. Where on the later can the remnants of the method used to make fake coins disappear be seen?
Oh. We found this bar of soap at the scene of the crime just outside the victim's window.
Outside?
Yes, outside where you yourself, Mr. Meterman, were loitering in the freezing winter air. That's where we found this soap.
I get it.
That's right. The answer, of course, is ice.
Did you say ice?
Mr. Shamspeare has been leaving soaps like this outside his window each evening filled with water. After a night outside in the bitter cold, the water is completely frozen solid the next morning.
Then he takes his vice and feeds them into the gas meter, giving them light and warmth in spades. Comfortably warm, the ice now inside the meter's coin box melts.
Turning back into water, the draining harmlessly away through the small hole made in the underside of the meter. That is how, without leaving any evidence of his wrongdoing, this man has been stealing Altamont gas.
Just like that. So simply. Is he trying to make us look like idiots?
Yeah.
He's been fooling us all with some bars of soap and some water.
Yeah.
That's right, madam.
I don't believe it. It can't be true. Do you have any idea how much money we spent to develop that new meter? Now you have the audacity to suggest that a bit of soap and water can render it totally useless.
Ma'am? I'm fairly sure I didn't design it.
Evidence.
Sorry?
I want evidence. If you want to stand there and tell me our meters are rubbish, I want to see proof.
I'll put some water in this soap and set it outside, and then in like an hour.
We have a picture of the water on the ground.
Oh, that's true.
She's very good at enforcing accountability, isn't she? Look at her eyes. Look at the sun line.
She's so sad.
They tremble.
Very well, Lady Altamont. If you'd like evidence, I'll provide it.
What?
Mr. Naruhodo, are you saying you do actually have evidence to support this theory?
I did notice a trace of something that bothered me a little at the time. It's true, it did bother me. I was like, why is there piss in the corner? And I have a feeling that this theory we've come up with could now explain it. The piece of evidence that substantiates the theory about how Mr. Shamspeare has been stealing gas is... I think it's this one? Yeah, there it is. See, there's the big puddle of piss in the corner.
Take that!
This is a photograph of the scene at the point when the victim was discovered, taken by Inspector Gregson.
We
It
just can't
clearly
escape the piss.
shows the remnants
No one can.
of... It clearly shows the remnants of the crime carried out by Mr. Shamspeare.
What remnants?
Here you can see the gas meter on the wall in Mr. Shamspeare's room. Now, look closely at the floorboards directly underneath the meter.
What is that? Some kind of grubby stain?
Piss. Almost certainly. It's a water stain resulting from the liquid that drained out of the hole made in the meter.
Couldn't put a bowl under it or something?
Nope.
He didn't have bowls because he didn't eat.
It's true!
All he had was costumes?
All he has is
Oh
costume!
my god.
And he's not gonna dirty up one of his costumes.
Though, if he was smart, he would have, because he could have reused it.
Yeah, but he wasn't smart. We already determined that.
It's true, he's supremely not smart. If one coin gives around 2 hours of gas usage, and the occupant was heating his room in all his waking hours, we can imagine he would have used around 10 of his fake coins each day. The melting ice inside the meter's coin box would have been dripping out almost constantly, leaving a stain on the floor.
This is awful.
And there's further evidence, too. Mr. Shamspeare slumped over his table, apparently having consumed strychnine. And right there next to him is a bar of soap, broken in half.
You're right. It would appear to me, then, that Council, that the man was eating the soap. Was he?
Oh my
Yep.
god.
Pardon
Got
me for
it.
disagreeing with your lordship, but certainly not.
He didn't beat about the bush there, did he?
Oh, and that's why there's a little stain on the table, because he was using that soap that he had. He was trying to refill it. And then he conked out and spilt it and broke the soap. In truth, Mr. Shamspeare was found with a fork in his hand.
A man of soap is sounding increasingly likely, Lord Van Zeeks.
Do you mean to say he was using that fork to...
Yes. To extract a frozen coin from the bar of soap.
Ah,
But the bar broke in half. So perhaps it didn't go very well.
Thanks.
I guess,
good
yeah.
gracious.
Thanks, Susato.
I do like her dress.
That's two. Two bottles in the gallery.
We should have made like the coffee counter. We should have done a glass
Yeah.
counter.
If we would have
Oh.
known.
Yeah.
What else you have known?
Lord Von Zeeks.
I was throwing my hand up in despair, and happened to catch my hallowed bottle on the way. Pray forgive my maladroit mistake.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of this, Council?
What is the meaning of Melodroid?
Please explain your big fancy words to me.
No longer are we, pray forgive my discourtesy. My maladroit mistake.
Allow me to pose my learned friend a question.
I'm your friend.
What exactly did you establish with your most recent cross-examination?
He's a thief and a liar. Well,
Yeah, I was thinking about this. That Mr. William Shamspeare is a liar and a thief. Good call, Molly. In other words, that his testimony is unreliable.
that's it. That's exactly it. Thank you, Susato.
Very well, let us assume the man is a liar.
Okay,
Now allow me to pose another question.
great.
What possible difference does that make?
Propose for the sake of argument that the man's a liar.
Well,
We know that suicide can be discounted.
why?
Scotland Yard's investigation revealed no sign of another vessel that contained poison.
Well,
And on the night in question, there were no visitors to the room except the accused. The young gasman's testimony, which we have no reason to doubt, has confirmed that. Furthermore, the only possible way the poison could have entered the victim's body is via the tea. The court has seen no evidence whatsoever that suggests otherwise. Even if William Shamspeare is the liar you claim him to be,
And he is.
these facts have been objectively established. There's no escaping it.
God, I love his theme. So good.
What if we objectively establish new facts?
Gah!
Like you're a bitch.
You're a pussy
There-
bitch.
Facts.
Therefore, in light of these facts and logic, the prosecution calls for an immediate adjudication.
Fucking zoomed in. You. What?
Order! Order! Well, counsel, how's the defense respond?
Mr. Naruhodo?
My head on the
He
desk.
doesn't.
What was the point of that last cross-examination? Did it actually get us anywhere? Did it make no difference at all, like Lord Von Zeke's saying? I'm gonna save, but I am gonna object.
Yeah, because what does that tell us?
The tea. I think what we need to do
Yeah,
now
he didn't
is,
drink the tea.
is say he didn't drink the tea, he
Oh,
put
yeah.
it in the soap. And we can say that there was a second bar of soap on his windowsill, and if we go get that, there should be a coin of frozen tea that we can test.
Yeah, you're smart. That sounded sarcastic. I mean it genuinely. My brain isn't working. I've been up since like 6 in the morning.
Yeah, no,
Oh
you're
man.
valid.
Last week, someone was trying to say nay to my theory that he froze the tea and he didn't drink it. I would like to you all say the fuck off.
No, this isn't over. Okay. You were explicitly trying to say he was freezing the tea to smuggle it.
Or you were.
I
You-
said nothing about smuggling.
That was
Yes.
me. I thought it was a smuggling thing.
Okay.
You said it was, but you also had no reason for it to be frozen. I don't remember anything about why or what.
I was like, he put it. I don't like. Maybe because he was saving it for later or something, but he just didn't like. He didn't drink the tea, and that's all that mattered to me.
The defense will not rest.
What?
But, counsel, you've successfully explained everything. You've identified and substantiated the unscrupulous method employed by Mr. Shamspeare to consume gas. What more is there to discuss?
Lord Van Zeek's just highlighted 3 facts in order to make his point. But contrary to what he would have the court believe, not all of them have been objectively established at all.
What are you trying to say, my Nipponese friend?
At least one of those so-called facts is an assumption made due to a lack of evidence. But the situation has changed now following the cross-examination of the latest witnesses to take the stand.
Don't be absurd. What is this nonsense?
Yes, when you bring everything we've learnt so far together and consider it as a whole, it's clear. There's a question that we now need to reconsider. Namely, was the poison in the tea? We've all been led to believe that the strychnine poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspeare was in the tea brought to him by Mr. Knotsmay. But that's conjecture at best.
Objection!
The victim has testified that nothing else passed his lips that night. There is no other possibility.
But he's a liar and a thief.
And since there was no trace of the tea left at the scene, it couldn't be tested for traces of the poison.
Objection!
As I said, the situation has changed. Because in fact, some of Mr. Natsume's tea was left at the scene. And a particular piece of evidence proves it.
Objection!
A ludicrous claim. Scotland Yard detectives investigated the scene exhaustively. What evidence are you suggesting they missed?
The bar of soap.
Defense has made a bold claim indeed. Very well, counsel. Present your proof. What evidence from the scene of the crime can tell us about the nature of the defendant's tea?
Ooh,
It's the soap,
Spill
right?
the tea, please.
soap.
Take that!
It's the soap ghost.
Good gracious. The soap? Again? The same bar the victim used to fashion his coins of ice?
Yes, that's right, my lord. It's just come back to me. Something about when we first found this bar of soap at the scene yesterday.
It's more bars of soap.
Soap? What are bars of soap doing lined up on a ledge outside the window?
I was just struck by the it's more soup, but now it's more soap.
Congratulations.
What do you mean it's more soap? I'm quite certain that when we originally stumbled upon the bars of soap, there was actually a frozen coin in each bar.
So you discovered the gas thief's coin factory. Fascinating.
In a way, yes. But there's more. The coins we found in the soap at the time weren't normal ice.
There was something strange about them, you mean?
Exactly. Something very obviously strange. They were red.
The ice was red. No. You mean...
You know,
That's
our
right.
word of that is... I feel like this game usually does not allow us to, like, just go by our word.
I mean,
you
we're
know?
not gonna go by our word. We're gonna
Yeah,
say
but
We're
we're
gonna
gonna
send someone over there to grab it.
Yeah.
right. We're gonna say there was another bar of soap outside. Go check it. It's tea.
Go get it. It's the tea.
Go get it. That's right. It's obvious to me now. The fake coins in the soup were made from frozen tea.
What?
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 I would remind the court of a statement made by Mr. Natsume earlier in this trial.
That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Shamspeare's room as a gift. The public water pump outside always freezes at night, so I brought bottled water especially to make it. I forgot about that. And this is the result! Never will I touch tea again! Never! God, I fucking forget what this dude's voice sounds like.
Higher, I think.
Gotta bring into the voice cracks.
Yeah, I've gotta... yeah, I don't know what it is.
You'll
Oh
find-
yes, I believe there had been snowfall that day. It was particularly cold. Sadly, on such occasions, the poorly constructed water mains in the East End are prone to freezing.
So on the night in question, Mr. Shamspeare, having no running water to use, was forced to use the tea brought by Mr. Natsume in order to make his fake coins.
My word.
There were 2 bars of soap on the window ledge when my judicial assistant and I investigated the scene.
was muted trying to figure out Saseki's voice. That's right, we only borrowed one of them.
Which means that even as we speak, some of the defendant's tea is still present at the scene of the crime. Frozen solid in a bar of soap outside Mr. Shamspeare's window.
Extraordinary.
Earlier today, Inspector Gregson informed the court that even if one drop of the tea remained, Scotland Yard would be able to analyze it for poison. As such, we are now in a position to prove or disprove what has until now been mere conjecture. By finding out for sure whether or not Mr. Natsume's tea actually contains strychnine at all.
Yeah, you smug Nipponese.
Someone's gonna have to, like, be very careful with it. Do not put it in your pocket. Don't, like, hold it too hard. Like, run as fast as you can.
My lord, we cannot do the defendant the injustice of passing judgment now. The police should be dispatched to recover the remaining bar of soap from the scene at once. And the defense requests a thorough analysis of the frozen tea embedded in it, and determine whether or not it contains any poison.
Bailiff! It works.
Okay, you don't have to fucking get all of my shit. It's understood, my lord.
Canon versus non-canon.
There was one, because I couldn't figure out the voice there for a second, so there's one bailiff who has no fucking desire to do his job.
One bailiff who's about to get fucking fired.
Then we have no choice but to suspend these proceedings for the time being.
To be continued.
I trust you have no objection, Lord Van Zeeks.
None, my lord.
Get fucked.
Oh.
Scotland Yard will recover the tea from the scene and carry out the requisite tests immediately. Try them at the same hour tomorrow.
Oh wow. All day. Oh
Yeah,
shit, we're getting another investigation segment.
We're back into the old system, y'all.
Damn.
Two investigations, 2 trials.
Prosecution and defense may conduct further investigations as appropriate in the interim.
Yes, my lord.
More himbo. We're gonna get more Harlock.
Yeah.
Well, we managed to scrape through there somehow.
Thank you, counsels. Court is adjourned until tomorrow.
Dun, dun.
Oh yeah.
It's the 22nd of February, 1:11 p.m. Naruhodo's legal consultancy. I'm gonna just advance it
Oh, no,
to
I'll
see
set
if
up,
we
yeah.
get some music, and then we can take like a couple minute break.
Oh, that's good music.
It's good music. It's good break
that's
music.
good break music.
Good
yeah,
break
very
music.
good, very good.
I'm gonna go take this.
Great. Thanks for
Thanks,
sharing.
Alex.
Great.
I mean, I say way worse, so like, I don't have any right here. Oh man, I want to get up and piss too, but that means I have to get up. I guess nobody's here to yell at me to do it, so I'll yell at myself. Go fucking piss, Levi. Alright, bye. Aw, look at chat being all supportive that I went and peed. It's a good feeling. Your chat is so wholesome, Molly. Am I also just...
I did hear you, I got my headphones on when I left. I figured
you knew.
Talking to yourself about pissing.
It is inescapable.
No, it was great, and I was thinking, so it sucks is in my apartment, I'm on the second floor, but my bathroom's on the first floor.
Aww.
So I'm up and down the stairs fucking constantly.
I'm fucking way privileged in comparison to that because my bathroom is one door over.
It's close. It's just that all the sinks are downstairs, so all the water and the bathroom and the downstairs.
Oh no.
Though weirdly, my washing machine's upstairs, but who knows?
Yeah.
Weird.
We
yeah.
all slowly returning.
At almost the same time.
I'm back.
All right, there we go.
Great.
We're back, baby.
Cool.
This is the
Nice line.
character development.
We made it back in one piece. Just. To be perfectly honest, I thought we were finished there for a while.
Oh, I know. A lot of close shaves. There are so many carriages on the streets of London. You were very nearly flattened several times.
Oh, no. I didn't mean that.
Yes, I know. It was a marvelous defense in our Hodosan. Oh, it was a marvelous defense in our Hodosan. It really was. I was in awe of you.
Oh, thank you.
And now that your fervent exploits have won us some more precious investigation time, let's see if we can't find some new clues for court tomorrow.
Yes, let's do that.
Is everything all right?
I suppose. I still can't quite believe it, that's all. That I'm here in England working as a lawyer, I mean, the Old Bailey, no less. The truth is, it shouldn't be me, should it? It should be him standing in my shoes.
Yeah,
It
you're
should be
absolutely right. I
Kazuma.
also lived for Susato's fist bump animation, and I love her so much.
It should be Kazuma.
It was Kazuma-sama's wish that you follow him to Great Britain and work alongside him.
Yes. I mean, I never had the chance to ask him exactly why, but he clearly had a plan. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him.
And you're doing wonderfully, Naruhodo-san. No doubt that Kazuma-sama would say exactly the same thing if he were here with us.
Thank you, Susato-san. Thank you. Let's look at our bare-ass apartment.
Let's look at our bare ass.
Contortionist.
Perhaps we should put this spade away somewhere.
That's not a spade, Naruhodo-san. It's a shovel.
No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade.
No, spades are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel.
Ah, good.
Well,
They
that
had
doesn't
this
really
conversation
matter,
last game.
does it?
Yeah.
mean, that makes
I
sense.
forgot.
We're
Yeah.
examining the same things we've already examined, like a day
Mhm.
later. You're so right, Naruhodo-san. We shouldn't quarrel over such trifles.
Wow. A whole.
On reflection, then, I think I'll leave this spade where it is.
Yes, I think that's for the best. We may need a shovel when we're working in the garden. I love her. God, she's so good.
It was like, that can't be the only thing we can examine in this room. I heard that there's another room behind that door.
Yes, it's my bedroom, Naruhodo-san. As you well know.
Shall I help you unpack your things?
That's very kind, but no thank you.
Your luggage looked very heavy. Are you sure I can't help you move it?
That's very kind, but really, no thank you.
Okay.
A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know?
The only secret I have is the 5 yen banknote hidden in the backside of my Daruma doll.
That's cute.
5 yen banknote? It's like fucking 5 cents.
That's like nothing.
Nickel.
It is like nothing. It's just for comfort.
What's the inflation rate? Like, what was 5 yen worth in 1880?
Yeah, good
That's
question.
true. These tanks are for keeping sea creatures. They're called aquariums, and they were all the rage in London at one time, apparently.
Yes. The English are so clever coming up with the idea of having ocean life on display in the home.
So clever. And it means you always have an emergency midnight feast on hand, too.
I'm not sure that's really the idea.
Oh man,
Run up.
I can't go. I looked up an inflation calculator and I can't go further back than 1956.
Neither can I. I was looking it up too.
Yeah, but 5 yen in 1956 is 30 yen in 2021. Already.
Alright, today's trial. They make 5 yen banknotes?
Yeah. And 30 yen in US dollars is 30 yen is 26 cents in dollars.
Oh my
So
god.
like, still definitely was like fucking nothing.
Not
back then.
much. It was quite a shock earlier today, wasn't it? When the victim himself turned up in court and took the stand.
I know.
Not only that, but then finding out that he is actually a bare-faced gas thief as well.
Yes, that was certainly a surprise to us all. Except for Molly, who figured it out like 2 hours ago. For a while, it seemed as though everyone had quite forgotten about Suzuki-san poisoning the tea.
Careful of your phrasing, Susato-san. He didn't poison anything. And there's more to this Mr. Shamspeare than we know. I'm sure of it.
Mr. Shamspeare certainly wasn't the noble, upstanding man everyone thought he was at first.
What's become of him, actually?
I was told that he'd be returning to the hospital ward where he was receiving treatment.
Oh. Which one is that?
Let me see. Ah, yes, he's at St. Bartholomew's. Or Bart's, as Londoners call it.
We know that place, don't we?
Yes, we visited Miss Green there yesterday. It's the same hospital to which she was taken.
Ah, yes, after Saseki-san stabbed her in the back.
Do be careful of your phrasing, Naruhodo-san. He didn't stab anyone.
Perhaps we both owe Saseki-san an apology. St. Bartholomew's. Yes, we should probably visit the hospital later. Kazuma Asogi. The best friend I ever had. And a lawyer with such promise. He really saved my bacon in that horrible incident just before we left Japan. I can still picture him now, looking so fierce and determined in court. And then after the trial, that crazy idea he came up with. As a stowaway?
Yes, you can fit inside my trunk if you curl up small enough, I'm sure. No one will know.
Kazuma, won't you tell me why? Why go to these links so that I can accompany you to Great Britain?
Well, it's been on my mind ever since we got through that trial. That you really ought to go into law. Be a defense lawyer. You've got a natural talent for it. Believe me. I guarantee it.
But I've never even thought about becoming a lawyer.
Well, I can't force you, obviously. You'll have to decide for yourself. But anyway, London is the cultural capital of the world. The city at the forefront of everything. It can't hurt for you to see it with your own eyes.
No, that's true.
I suppose, though, if you were to become a lawyer, then one day...
One day... what?
Oh, no. Never mind. One day you
Naruhodo-san?
Bless you!
Sorry.
Zentai.
Naruhodo-san?
Oh,
Did you just like stare off into space for like a whole minute?
sorry. I was just thinking about Kazuma.
Thinking about him.
Him, that man.
Yes. He's forever in my thoughts too.
Yeah, we still haven't gotten to how the fuck is this the, like, game-breaking case.
Oh, we're gonna get there.
Change the Japanese judicial system for the better. That was his dream. And that's why he so desperately wanted to come to Great Britain to study, of course.
Yes, that's right. But...
Huh? Yes?
I do wonder if his true intentions lay elsewhere sometimes. I don't know. The thought just takes hold of me every now and then. That's all. Ooh, ooh.
Kazuma's true intentions.
Naruhodo-san, what do you mean by Kazuma-sama's true intentions?
Was he going to propose? Because my parents were kept asking over and over again.
I mean this.
His katana?
I never expected to inherit this sword after Kazuma passed away, of course.
No, I know. It was because I asked you to take it.
When I have it at my side in court, I feel as though it gives me courage.
My God.
Yes.
Actually, the night before he died, he told me a little about the sword. Karuma?
That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asogi clan. A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Rinosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that.
So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two. Not that you would need much compelling.
On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain.
Something you have to do?
Yes. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me.
Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you.
I knew you wouldn't let me down. Oh.
What did he mean by something very important that I have to do?
God, I wish I knew. I had hoped that the answer to that question would become apparent when we arrived here, but as yet I've not found a single clue.
I see.
So, we know that Soseki-san took tea to the victim on the night in question. But as he isn't the culprit, then obviously...
Yes, the poison surely wasn't in the tea.
But if that's the case, how on earth did the poison get into Mr. Shamspeare's body?
I'm sure we'll find a clue at the scene. There must be something in Mr. Shamspeare's room that will help solve the mystery.
Well, naturally Scotland Yard detectives have been over the place already. But it couldn't hurt for us to have another look around, I think.
Definitely. And I'm desperate to know the outcome of the investigation into the tea left in the bar of soap.
Well, if we run into Inspector Gregson, we could ask him about that.
You've been wearing that ever since we arrived in Great Britain, haven't you?
Well, it's what shows that I'm a lawyer, so it seems appropriate.
I'm not sure that it really means much in this country, though, I'm afraid.
I wouldn't say that. It might not be official, but it looks official. Often when the police stop me, I show them this and they leave me alone.
You're stopped by the police? Often?
They're very racist. Well, you know, I'm a suspicious foreigner dressed in all black with a sword at my side. The sword definitely doesn't
Okay, you know
help.
what? If there is a dude with a sword, the sword does not help.
The sword does not help.
I do think it's probably the sword that's the main reason. Still, it makes me happy to see you wearing it. And the armband.
Yes. I made up my mind that I'll always carry them. I will carry them always. The symbol of who I am, and the sword karma. God, they're so gay. So gay.
So incredibly gay.
So gay. Anyway. Let's go talk to our favorite, disaster child.
Disaster child and well put together child.
Yes. 22nd February.
And somehow the well put together. Yeah.
Sholmes is
Go ahead.
sweet.
Oh, Bruno and Susie! Hooray, you're back!
Hello, Iris. You're in fine spirits as always, I see.
I am. And you look as immaculately presented as ever, Susie.
Oh, you flatter me. Flatter me. I thought I was talking in English.
Well, you couldn't have come at a better time. I just made a pot of tea. I'll get some cups.
Really? Thanks, Iris. But actually, what is that foul smell? It is I.
Aha!
The
The
stink
Wanderers.
The man of stink.
The Wanderers return at last. Where on earth have the pair of you been?
Court? We've been in court?
Oh, for Mr. Mustache's case. That was today, was it?
Oh my god, dude.
I'm sure I mentioned it only yesterday, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm sure you think you did. Well, we can laugh about it now.
Why are we laughing?
So tell me, how did the trial go?
Reasonably well so far. We've managed to escape without a guilty verdict, at least.
Really? I would have liked to see it. And I must pass the time of day with Mr. Riesberg again.
Is Lord Van Zeeks an acquaintance, Mr. Sholmes?
Your ex-boyfriend?
Naturally. There's not a person in the world who doesn't know my name, Miss Inaruhodo.
Not quite what I asked, but still.
Mr. Sholmes, I just took a big bite of chips. Whatever is that odor? I'm eating the tea. It's crunchy.
Oh god! Iris, what did you do this time?
I was gonna say they visited
They're putting
like,
crackers in it.
they visited the joint that Gregson recommends.
It's actually delicious.
Because you said chips.
Tea.
Oh, it's fries. It's
Yeah.
French fries. It's fish and chips tea.
Oh god.
Disgusting.
Yes, what is it? It's
Disgusting.
faint, but absolutely awful.
Oh, he hasn't showered in 3 months.
Ah, indeed. That's the sense of victory, my dear fellows. Victory in science.
It's his body. It stinks so bad. He's so crusty.
Oh dear.
Alright, I'll bite. What's he up to now? What are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Start with the stink.
I need to know. So, what is that indescribably foul smell?
Ah, well. Most probably this, I would say.
What is that?
My dear fellows, it is of course my latest invention. A chemical test that can identify whether or not a tea is genuine at the drop of some tea.
What? What does that mean?
Oh my! What does that mean?
There are some unscrupulous sorts manning the stalls along some of London's less frequented streets.
So they're
Okay, we're gonna
serving.
make the
They're serving tea that's not tea.
but like to test it, you have to put this fucking stinky ass liquid in it, and so you'll ruin it either way.
They regularly sell what purports to be high quality tea, but is in fact merely dyed leaves of drab flavor.
Well, that's certainly unsavory behavior.
So, when one is presented with what appears to be black tea, one must be careful. Iris?
What?
Ah, no.
At the ready, Hurley.
It was more like, Iris,
Iris?
we're doing science!
I like science.
As do I. Let us add a drop of my chemical to this cup of tea here. Do you see what happens?
Don't drink that anymore.
Ooh, God.
Oh.
Ah, it's
Ugh.
turned completely black.
And what a foul odor it's giving off.
Yeah.
Why did you do this?
It distinguishes
Indeed.
the real tea from hot leaf juice.
The blacker the tea becomes and the more foul the odor, the better the tea is.
He just like hands it
What?
to Inosuke and says, "Here you go. It's yours now. Now you
It
can
would
drink
appear
it."
that this cup was a particularly fine Darjeeling.
That's very ingenious. But what do you do with that black liquid now?
Why, dispose of it, naturally. Surely you wouldn't like to drink it, would you?
So your test ruins the good tea and does nothing to the fake tea.
I guess the
Indeed.
idea is if you pour a little bit into a cup and then
There does seem to be a rather obvious problem with your new invention, Mr. Sholmes.
you're still wasting tea.
Hence why this chemical test is merely a test, my dear madam.
Right.
does that mean?
What?
What the hell are you on about?
What are you talking about? God damn it.
The point is, we are entering a new era of science, in the world of criminal investigation also.
Yes, forensic science. I keep eating a chip the line before I have dialogue.
Stop
Such
eating
exciting
chips.
times.
Stop it.
I'm hungry.
No. I tell you,
regularly
you're
engage
not
in this-
hungry.
I think I
have
have a scientific
literally-
invention that
I have
can fix
literally
this
3
hungriness you
chips
speak
left.
of.
Sorry, Sholmes. Let's try the third time's the charm.
I regularly engage in this scientific experimentation alongside my unofficial consulting detective work.
It took everything in me to not interrupt you again.
I would have carried right on. The Herlock-Sholmes method will be the foundation upon which modern investigative technique is based.
God, I heard you crunch that chip.
Based on what?
Funny.
Based on your
Sorry, I
mother.
usually try to be quiet when I'm trying to eat fast so I finish my chips and I don't have to deal with talking again.
No, it's just really funny. Sholmes is like, I'm so smart, and you're like, munch.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Susato's just like
Susato's
shoving
loudly eating
popcorn.
breakfast.
Just like, oh my god, this is so interesting.
They are popcorners, actually.
Incredible. This little tea indicant was a happy byproduct of my ongoing forensic science research.
Forensic science. I suppose I should find out more about that.
Sky pops in. Did somebody say science?
Science?
We find out. And we find out
Emma's there.
Sky-
Emma's his descendant.
Oh my god.
God.
Yes.
I love that.
I kind of love that, actually.
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah.
So, your tea test. Tea test.
Huh.
Is that an example of forensic science?
Indeed it is. An essential tool in cases that hinge on the knowledge of whether some tea is of high or inferior quality.
Such as our current case, I'm sure. Not a huge number of cases, then.
Perhaps a more practical example is required. Fingerprints. Not yet accepted in our court as evidence, I might add. Really, we are dragging our heels there.
I hadn't even heard of them until recently.
Which is partly why I undertake research in this field myself, of course.
Does that mean you're studying fingerprints, Mr. Sholmes?
There are others in that field already, and I abhor the company of inferior minds.
Okay.
No, what I am researching is skin prints.
What the fuck are you talking about?
See, you start with a knife, then you pull off a bit of skin.
Skin prints?
A nomenclature of my own design, as is this chemical agent that makes it possible.
It's just fingerprints, but he can't call them fingerprints because official channels are actually using them.
This instantly reveals objects touched by whichever person is under investigation.
What?
That is infinitely better.
That is
Brilliant, Mr.
incredibly
Jones.
impossible.
As long as it doesn't turn everything completely odorous and black. Everything's so stinky in here, Sholmes. It's so stinky.
I assure you, my dear fellows, you will witness my forensic talents in action very soon indeed.
Great. Tell me how you're fucking this man.
Ah, my boyfriend. Yes. It's an interesting sobriquet?
Sobriquet?
It's probably
Sob-
K.
Sobriquet?
Sobri-
Sobriquet, probably. Yeah.
More like super
Sobriquet?
bitch.
Okay.
It's a nickname.
Well, he's not that.
Thank you, Alex.
It's a
It's an
sobriquet,
interesting
and it means
sobriquet,
a nickname.
yes, isn't it? The Reaper of the Bailey. Once the legendary prosecutor has fought for someone's conviction, that person is doomed. Even if he or she is found not guilty by the courts, sooner or later the hapless soul will vanish from the capital.
But vanish how exactly?
By falling under a passage carriage, or drowning in the Thames.
Probably
Also
Thames.
coming-
It is Thames.
It is
Is it?
Thames.
Why do they have an A in it then?
Because they
Oh,
suck.
man.
Fuck you, British people.
Take it up with them.
I'm going to Ham's house right now.
Take it up with Tim.
I'm succumbing to a sudden fever. Or quite out of the blue, being set upon by a highwayman. There are numerous routes to one's final terminus, my dear fellow.
It all seems a little far-fetched, really.
Well, on the bright side, Mr. Mustache is fighting fit. For the time being, at least.
That's not overly reassuring.
If the rumors are true, though, the obvious conclusion would surely be that those acquitted are, well, by Lord Von Zeke's own hand.
As it happens, Mr. Sato, that is quite impossible.
Oh? Why?
Naturally, the man very quickly came under such suspicion. However, whenever those incidents occurred, the Reaper always had a cast-iron alibi.
Really?
And so his reign continued. But 5 years ago, he vanished from the courts, never to appear as a prosecutor again. That is, until you arrived in the country, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, so I've heard. In fact, it was the very day I arrived when I was thrust into that trial at the Old Bailey. That bitter fight to the death coincided with the Reaper's resurrection. And really did end bitterly indeed.
Hold on a sec. Wasn't that like him returning and then like us and then fucking Strongheart being all, well, nobody's got this, so you gotta do it, right? It wasn't we signed up for it and then he was like he jumped on that, right? Because he was already on it first.
I feel like,
It was a setup.
yeah, I
Yep.
feel like they knew, like they already knew that Kazuma was supposed to show up. And so I think that trial was set up with Kazuma was supposed to be the defense. And
So you think Strongheart's in on this?
yes.
Absolutely.
Oh god,
I think
yes.
He's gotta be.
He hasn't done anything
Strongheart's
else yet.
he's just so sus. Like, he's just so
He is.
suspicious.
He is. All right.
Oh god, yes. So like I think it was initially set up like the person Von Zeeks was supposed to like do battle with was Kazuma for whatever reason, something about Kazuma either Kazuma himself or Kazuma's past, someone who was related to Kazuma, who used to be in the country, was like Van Ziek's old friend who betrayed him, like we found out last game. And so Kazuma was coming to the country, and so Van Zieks was like...
Maybe to set things right.
Yeah, and Van Zieks was like, well, fuck, I gotta face him in court. And then when Kazuma, quote-unquote, died, Strongheart was like, well, you said that you're supposed to do what Kazuma said was gonna do, so you do it.
Do we think that the setup was that Kazuma was supposed to lose?
Maybe? I don't know what the setup
Like
is.
this-
I don't know what the
Yeah,
setup
I'm not
is,
sure what it is yet.
but it was set up. It was definitely set
There
up.
is a
Yeah.
setup. We know that much.
It might,
Did,
at this
did
point,
Van
we
Zieks
don't
come
know if
back
it's like...
specifically to fuck with Kazuma?
Yeah,
Or did Strongheart call in, like, want to bring in Kazuma because Van Zieks was coming back?
right.
Does it even go higher? Does it go even higher than that? Because this was specifically the
Government's?
McGilded case, and like
That's
McGilded
also possible.
was like supposed to actually guarantee himself a win or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
He had it all set up actually. If you go back to that,
Yeah,
right, he
McGilded
was
had his
planning
own
on not being
setup.
represented.
Yeah, McGilded
so,
had his own setup. I think there's layers of setup here,
Lots
and I
of-
don't know if
lots
the
of layers
Kazuma
here, yeah.
setup was
Very oniony.
nefarious per se. If it was like set up as in he was supposed to like lose or take the fall or do like be bad, like something was supposed to go wrong, or if it was just like he was coming to the country and so he was getting, there's lots to consider.
Oh, Runo. I don't know if you're just being incredibly unlucky. Or incredibly unlikable.
I think it goes deeper than just me. I sense a general loathing of all Japanese people. Yes, Iris, he's
Oh.
racist.
What's racism?
But what can't be racist?
Oh, dear precious baby. Oh.
Just the note, Japanese people. I don't see color.
Right.
With Mr. Natsume, who I'm currently defending, being Japanese as well as Ms. Susato and myself, I felt it even more keenly in court today. For some reason, Lord Van Zieks seems to have an inherent disdain of the Japanese.
Indeed. It is an interesting observation.
Do you know something about it? Do you, Mr. Sholmes?
Do you?
I know nothing about anything.
That's true.
It was about 10 years ago that Baroque Van Zieks chose to enter the legal profession.
$22.
Okay, he's 22.
That's the normal time, yeah.
Exactly old as we are, right?
I think so, yeah. And as old as Apollo was.
Hmm.
I thought Apollo was 12.
Francisco was 13.
He sure was. Jesus Christ.
It's so stupid.
However, before that time, the young man's closest companion hailed from the Empire of Japan.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
And this is our surprise faces.
I mean, we already
No.
knew. What
I mean, the
the?
game did a good job setting it up, right? Like,
Tell
Did he
us-
explicitly say?
Yeah,
Yes, he explicitly said it.
he did
okay,
explicitly
okay.
say last
or is
game.
it something like,
He
made a
said
comment about, like, being
only
betrayed.
traitors go. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he explicitly implied heavily.
Okay, alright.
He was one step away from just saying it. A Japanese guy fucked me over, so I hate all of them.
I was like,
Yes.
I've only seen that kind of betrayal look in one other Japanese person's eye. Like, it was very close to that.
It was super on the nose. What the? Tell us more, Mr. Sholmes. What happened?
Let Ryunosuke say fuck.
What the fuck?
Get out of my house.
I believe I've made it clear before. I'm unable to tell you anything about the affair.
Bitch!
But he confirms that it's the same thing.
Mhm.
Oh, but... Which, like, in narrative, we know it's gonna be the same thing, but, like, to the characters, they have no reason to believe they're connected, right? Like, that
Mhm.
all this shit is all tied in together, but we knew it was going to be, but he just confirmed it.
Right.
Yeah.
Also in canon right now, we don't know anything about this person from Van Zeek's.
Mm.
Because that happened in
We
the
also
last
barely
case.
know Van Zeek.
It's true. He only ever mentions it in the last case.
The veil will be lifted on the events of the past in due course, I have no doubt. For now, however, it is Mr. Mustache who is most deserving of your attention, I believe.
Please just call him Mr. Natsume.
Never.
Well, I think we should go back to the scene and see if we can uncover any new clues.
That's the spirit, Bruno. See you later.
Yes, until later.
No, what the fuck?
5 minutes.
That was
You're
cute.
not
See you
coming with
there.
us?
No,
Oh.
God, please. No! No, Mr. Sholmes! We were thinking you'd come with us.
This is when I want that, like, Danganronpa, get rid of the text box so we can look at it.
You were?
Yes, of course. You said so just a moment ago. You said we'd witness your forensic talents in action.
Ah, yes, I do recall seeing something along those lines. But you go on ahead.
Oh.
I shall be sure to follow you later. In all likelihood. Probably. Maybe.
The
Well, I
sound
might.
effects going down!
Your commitment astounds me.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Sholmes. We'll eagerly await your arrival.
He's not coming, Susato.
He said he'd come, so he's coming.
Probably,
Bye-bye,
maybe,
Rena.
I might.
I have nothing to do today, not even school, so, don't need to
I'll
invite
beat
me
him up
anywhere.
later if he doesn't come.
Bye, Susie.
No,
We
you
really
won't.
wish you'd come, Sholmes.
I'd beat
Bye,
the
Iris.
shit out of him later. I know where he sleeps.
The mouse is
Well,
still
first-
here.
Good.
She didn't leave.
It's taxidermy.
It's moving, Miles!
It's modern.
It's moving.
It's modern art.
It's a little guy. It's a little robot.
22nd February, St. Bartholomew's Hospital Recovery Ward.
What do you suppose is happening? It sounds like some sort of disturbance.
Yes, I hear angry voices. Oh!
Be not angry, O ample lady. Verily, thou art mistaken.
She's so short!
She's so short.
Oh my god, I fucking love her.
She's
Holy
looking
shit.
like directly at his belly button.
So small, I love her.
Just like a precious little unit.
I love her.
Mistaken, my foot. You were looking at my painting.
Oh.
The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen.
You quoted that already, dipshit.
'Twas foul indeed, the poison that mustached villain gaveth me. Forgive me, lady.
What are you talking about? That is
Is he
nothing.
trying to like get her on his side? Like, hey, we both. I wish you died from that poison.
Oh shit, dude.
Olive's fucking pissed.
God a mercy, ample lady, but thou seest, I have vigor still.
She reaches up and pulls his wig off, and she's like, "Greg, fucking cut it out."
Behold, my Shakespeare dance.
She's just staring blankly.
This is fan-fucking-tastic.
There's so much
What a
chaos.
man.
I need
He's
this
got-
GIF captioned with something.
He's got bells on his shirt, and it's honestly criminal
yeah.
that it's not ringing for us right now.
Oh, he's so loud right now. You're right, though. He's so loud.
I
Oh
love
my
how
God.
fucking dead-eyed she is right now.
She's so unimpressed.
That's what I'm saying. This needs a caption. Like,
I've changed my mind. This is what I want to be your BRB screen.
Behold my Shakespeare dance. And this.
Oh my god, okay, hold on, let me take away all of my
Record.
stuff.
me explaining my hyper focus to my friend.
Oh god, what a fucking mood. I got exceptionally lucky that my hyperfocus ended up being fucking Ace Attorney, which all you guys already like.
I pushed it on y'all.
I just have to let it loop.
Yeah, but I still wouldn't have played it with that if I didn't.
True.
I
Olive has
didn't make-
had it up to here, though it is up to his knees, so it's not really.
not very big.
Mercy. All right.
Just like let this go for a little bit.
I really love this.
This is fantastic.
The rat in the background, the look on her face, the cape.
There's just so much going on.
This looks rather ominous, doesn't it?
She said, "I wish you died." He said, "Oh man, look at my dance," and now
Look at me
she's
dance.
quivering in fear. Like what the fuck?
I can't.
This one's funnier because she's like terrified.
I
It's
kind of
just
liked
gotta be
her
like,
being
this looks
dead-eyed.
rather ominous, doesn't it?
Right, that caption though, you don't need a caption for this one.
Oh,
Like aside from this one.
It's hypnotic.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't need to do much to really get him. All she needs to do is reach out and just immediate Nard connection.
Immediate Nard connection. Alex, 2022.
thanks, Alex.
I want to speed this up and play Caramel dancing over it.
Girls have such meme potential, just like the Susato in the corner looking at you, judging your memes.
Yeah, true, you can really caption this as well.
Oh my god.
Ah! Lo! 'Tis the lawyer from the land whence riseth the sun. How now?
This series has never been this funny. Like, it'll never ever be this funny ever again.
What are you doing here, Mr. Shamspear?
Mary, I do believe I am returned unto another ward.
He was looking, that's what he was doing. Looking at my terrible work.
I love that she's holding it like a fucking knife
Sword and shield.
You will
Yeah.
fucking fight you.
She's
Yeah.
gonna fucking kill this man.
Eastern fellows, so dark clad. Faith, thy work in court this morning was wonderful. I do applaud thee.
I proved that you are a liar and a thief. Why are you applauding?
I keep expecting a Max Galactica eyelash falling off, talks in a southern accent moment from this guy.
Oh man, well
He's gonna
I'll
lose
go
his
as
wig.
Hardest. I'm gonna go as hard cockney as I can. If
Huh.
Oh, well, thank you? He's definitely gonna lose his wig in his breakdown. 100%.
Mhm.
Oh!
Though he can't have a murder breakdown, he is the
the victim. But
Oh.
that doesn't mean things will go so wonderfully for you tomorrow, does it?
Can you afford to do that?
No.
No, it bends right back. It's all right.
Yes, he can,
It's
because he's
rubber.
been cheating out of paying money.
See? Oh, it's slightly
bent.
bent. It's
Aw,
slightly bent.
I was
Wait,
hoping
fix
it
it
And then he
would
fixed
stay
it.
Anon, exeunt.
Whatever's in the painting is a game changer.
Bye. Like it's the fucking piece. Bye.
Bye.
Mr. Shamspear might technically be the victim in this case, but there's definitely a lot more to it than that. It's very hard to pin the man down.
Because he's so tall.
Wasn't he and Meterman like? Weren't they like not? They were kind of. I don't know if
They were-
friendly's
they
the word.
fought.
They were fighting.
They could got into it.
Oh, they
Yeah.
were fighting. Okay.
They were
I
probably
couldn't
fighting
remember
because
that name.
Meterman knows he was, cheating the meter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry. I'm such an awful person.
Miss Green, is everything all right?
Oh, yes. I mean, don't worry about me. They're about to discharge me, so I must get ready to leave now.
Weren't they supposed to discharge you yesterday?
I wanted to stay a little longer.
Oh.
I like the mouse.
I stubbed my toe quite badly.
I see.
We're delighted you'll soon be well enough to go home, Miss Green.
Oh dear, you're too kind. I don't deserve it.
my
I guess I don't deserve to go home.
She is simply
Deserve to
vibing.
go home.
Can I look?
She is a little olive, isn't she?
She's
a cute
just a little
olive.
olive.
Shut up.
It's her birthday.
So, are you feeling more like yourself today, Miss Green?
I am. Thank you. I mean, people do recover from ordeals like this, don't they? Even people like me.
Well, yes. It really was an ordeal, wasn't it?
As far as I'm concerned, I was just walking along the snow one evening minding my own business. And then, completely out of the blue, I was struck in the back by a knife and collapsed unconscious for days. And of course, when I finally woke up again yesterday, the whole business had been cleared up already.
What a terrible week it's been for you.
Oh no, I'm sure I'm very lucky. Really. I'll look back on this fondly.
What? Really?
Anyway, I must be getting my things together now, so I'm ready to be discharged.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry to take up your time when you're obviously busy. Obviously.
Obviously.
Ah, this looks like the treatment note for whoever's occupying this bed. Let's see. Do not permit to run around the hospital.
Oh, was her roommate fucking Shamspear?
The patient doesn't seem to be here at the moment, so...
He or she is probably running around the hospital then.
Oh dear, how worrying.
What's worrying is why they haven't discharged the patient yet. There are all sorts of medicines in this cabinet. Look. I'm not sure if it's safe leaving them in reach of everyone like this.
Yes, you're right. I can imagine if you were peckish, you might try a whole bottle or two.
Well, at least there seems to be a little lock to secure the cabinet doors.
I don't imagine that would stop you if you were hungry. I worry that you'd break the lock.
Hunger doesn't
You
turn
specifically.
me into a criminal, you know, Mrs. Sato. She was specifically talking about me. For some reason.
I wanted to see that painting. If this was a Nancy Drew game, we would have to like find a way to get rid of Olive
just
so
wanna
we
look
could
at-
look at her painting.
Just wanna look at the
Yes,
boy again.
definitely that juror.
Oh, you can see her in the background. She's
Where?
like she's the
Oh, in the bottom right.
no in the left. She's like that blob.
What?
You mean
The blob.
Oh, she's
The
in
picture?
the painting. Okay.
Yeah, she's in the picture. In the picture.
Yeah, we thought you meant like in the background of the photo itself.
Yeah, I thought that bottom, whatever I think of the bottom right, that like looks like a ball, was her hair.
No, I think she's in the
Yes.
picture on the left.
Right.
It's a picture of a young gentleman.
Yeah. We don't have to read this again. I just wanted to look at the picture again. No. I know nothing. Anyway. Goodbye.
Can you try to look at the painting?
No, it won't let me.
Okay.
Oh! Hello again, Inspector Gregson.
What are you doing here?
Well... We were hoping to have another look around, actually.
The lawyer representing the defendant has a right to examine the scene, as I'm sure you're aware.
Yeah, I know this law.
Oh. Yes, one other thing. The soap on the ledge outside the window. Did you find it? With the tea in it?
Yeah, we found it all right. There was a small amount of tea in it, as you said.
I knew it.
It's with the identification section at the yard now. They're looking into it. The results should be available later today.
That's wonderful news, thank you.
Pretty impressive performance in court this morning.
Sorry?
Nothing, forget it. Just make sure you don't disturb anything in here.
Ah, god damn it, Sholmes. He just fucking popped in.
Hi, man. How you doing?
I told you he'd be here.
He's fully throwing his back.
If you ran out of change, you wouldn't even have any light, let alone heat. For the needy, London's winters can be very harsh.
That's true. But if you think about it, even the wealthy would find themselves freezing if they ever ran out of small change.
London's winters can be very harsh for the forgetful too, then. Frankly, I'm starting to wonder if Susato-san and I are going to make it to spring.
Well, that's true. We don't even have a meter at Baker Street, let alone a gas stove.
Look how dark the stain on the floor is underneath the meter there.
Yes, from all the water dripping out after the ice coins melted, as you established in the court this morning.
It's a very large and obvious stain, isn't it?
Mr. Shamsby must have used an awful lot of ice coins, I suppose.
It was an ingenious idea. I'll give him that.
So it turns out that Mr. Shamsby wasn't eating the soap at all.
That's right. The mystery of why he had it on a plate whilst holding a fork in his hand is solved.
Yes, to prise his latest ice coin out of its mold. And in the process, he accidentally broke the bar of soap in two.
It certainly was hard to imagine, let alone deduce.
Did he just bonk himself on the head with a piece of soap?
He just fucking smashed his face.
And then got knocked unconscious for a night?
No, he did explicitly have strychnine poisoning.
The soap, he got smacked with poison strychnine soap. As you do.
As you do. The sun never shines in this room, thanks to that depressing bricked-up window. Tell me about it, Susato.
Yet, with enough determination, you can always remove the bricks to set some soap outside, can't you?
That sounds like a very wise life lesson, Miss Susato.
Only if you plan to follow a life of crime, Mr. Naruhodo.
She didn't tell us about the window this time. Thank God. Alright, do we want to talk to Gregson or do we want to talk to Sholmes?
Gregson, I feel like, might get altered by Sholmes.
Are you looking for new clues, Inspector?
On Lord Van Zeke's orders, yeah. Don't come back till you got something for me, he said. Don't come back till you've got something for me, he says. Very bad impression.
Oh dear, poor you.
Poor you.
Yeah, poor me. Because we've already searched every bleeding nook and cranny of this place.
But you didn't find the soap.
I don't know what he expects, to be honest. Thank goodness for warm chips is all I can say.
How are they still warm? Well,
Pocket.
at least he's honest.
God.
He doesn't say anything but pocket.
I
He
hate-
just says pocket.
I hate it. Mr. Sholmes? What are you up to over there?
What a question indeed. Was it not your good self who asked me to attend to the scene?
Oi! What are you doing here, Sholmes?
Attending the scene. What are you up to over there? What are you doing over here? Dear me, once a great detective, one is always under scrutiny, it seems.
Such an asshole.
Isn't now the time, Mr. Sholmes? Are you about to show us your forensic talents in action as you promised?
Please, do it. God, yes. Thank goodness. I
With the
can't
greatest of pleasure, my dear madam.
wait. Delightful. Please, fuck it up. What's all this then?
All this is precisely what you requested, Mr. Naruhodo.
That's a gun!
Herlock Sholmes' sensational skin print seeker gun.
That's like actually a revolver.
Moments ago, I took a sample from the teacup that was used by the victim.
He's gonna fucking kill us. A sample? From Mr. Shamsby's cup?
Each individual leaves microscopic secretions on everything he or she touches.
I might be out of
Gross.
deductions, but I am not out of options.
A sample of those secretions is all I need to produce this. A refined indicator solution.
Secretions is a bad word.
By liberally spraying the room with this chemical,
Oh, we're getting an origin story for all the fucking chemicals that exploded into his gut.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
We
Right.
are.
that's kind of cool.
everything the victim touched is instantly revealed with the aid of these goggles.
And it also stinks like shit. Just
Yeah,
like
try
his
them on.
own.
Ooh. Blue.
There. Now spray the chemical indicator about, and all will be revealed.
Do I get to actually do it?
Please? Please?
Do I
Oh my
get to
gosh.
spray?
Yay! Yay!
Spray. How do I do that exactly?
Turn into a
A little
gremlin.
press of space on the area you're interested in is all that's required. Like this.
It's just in space everywhere.
What is that stuff? It's like a fog.
A suspension of the chemical indicators in a pressurized gas. It's the most efficient way to cover a large area. Try spraying Gregson now.
Sorry, is a pressurized gas is what comes out of the revolver?
Yes.
Sure.
It looks like a revolver, but it's really just it's just a squirt gun.
But it has all different colors in there, so you have to like
So-
spin the barrel every single time back to
I
what
think
you want.
I think the revolver part is if you have different people's bits in there. So you're like, oh, I'm gonna test for this person. Spray, 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 spin it. I'm gonna test for someone else.
Different people's bits.
Anyway. Please
Would
continue.
is secretions better?
Please
Yeah,
continue.
I mean, that's what he said.
I was thinking bits meaning he steals all your jokes.
That was another invention I discovered incidentally, and whilst I was delivering this idea.
As you do.
Go ahead, try it, my dear fellow. We may learn something interesting about the victim's movements on the night in question.
Well, there's nothing to lose, I suppose. Let's explore. Spray. Oh, that's a big
Yes.
handprint. Spray.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Spray.
I mean, this is his house.
Someone
He
was
touched, like,
I know. It's just like weird. Spray.
It's you when we're used to like older investigation segments where they just fucking only the relevant things
Mhm.
and you don't see shit. Like I'm thinking of like Rise from the Ashes and it's just like a couple. But Molly's gremlin is a lot
A lot more.
subtle, a little
Yes,
more subtle than
indeed.
yours. Yeah.
I think that's it, honestly. I'm very curious about that box.
Holy shit.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Ooh.
That-
What the
Ooh.
fuck?
That's upsetting.
Ooh, false.
This is
something.
where he bends over and gets
Oh,
fucked.
That's not where my mind went at all. Somehow.
That's
That's how
where I
fucking Tony
went.
is.
I'm with
No,
you
I'm
one
surprised.
singular time, Alex.
Yep.
I went with that. I went with him in the other role in that situation.
That's where
Yeah,
he
also
gives
right.
it.
Words with that up.
Yeah,
I was just thinking of pounding on the wall with your hands and screaming. I don't know why you guys are there.
That makes
Who
way
lives
more
next door to
sense.
him? Natsume? Is Natsume live below him or
Natsume's
next to
above
him?
him.
Above him. But that's whoever lives next to him just
I
he
think-
fucking hates him and
It's just
terrorizes
the
him
outside
constantly.
wall.
Is there a hole in the painting to like look outside of? Is it like
Yeah,
a
there might be.
peephole?
I think there.
I think
yeah, I
so.
think there might actually
gotta
like,
take the
be
painting off,
like
right?
there's something
Yeah.
behind the painting. I think is what this means.
God, that's so scary looking.
It is
It's
very scary.
extremely
It's
so
Horrific.
I
Fuck.
kind of. It's one of the most weirdly like evocative images in the whole series. Like it's made like it's like really
it's-
weird. It's really very
it's
upsetting to look at.
Weird and unsettling and upsetting.
Yeah.
There are dozens of handprints here. Shasta.
Ah, I forgot it was me, and then I clicked everywhere else was wrong. So there are
happens.
a great many indeed. So much so that it's hard to make out any of the individual prints, in fact.
It sends a chill down my spine.
Perhaps
She gets it.
he was leaning against the wall while he admired this picture?
Sure.
God,
That's
every
what-
arena is
That's
weird.
that's what the kids are calling it these days.
Admiring pictures.
Unlikely, I would say. It's a rather dull scene, after all.
It is a shitty painting.
Wow, art
With
critic.
better art.
And without wishing to state the obvious, you wouldn't generally admire a picture from such close quarters, I feel.
You wouldn't fucking like
He's just
straddle
up
the
there
picture with your
breathing.
arms. Just like
Breathing heavily into it.
He's trying to seduce it. That thing with like the putting the arms on the wall to like block somebody in, but in like
Yeah.
a sexy way, like that thing.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
practicing his seduction on the painting.
it doesn't. It never
It's
goes
the only
very
thing
well.
that'll let him get that close.
Oh,
God, this is so fucked. It's so weird. I hate it.
it's so
I
bizarre.
don't know what the
It
fuck
gives
this
me
guy's up to.
it gives me Zero Escape vibes.
It's like
Yeah,
weird as
you're
fuck.
right.
Oh, very true, Mr. Sato. It's a bit of a mystery then. Practicing kissing with the painting.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay.
Right, that's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Am
I think that's it, though.
Am I done spraying? I feel like it would tell me if I was done spraying though, because there's not like a stop spraying button.
There's not?
No.
Oh, yeah, there's not.
I think
huh.
I just gotta spray until I find everything.
Oh, no.
We got everything on the other side of the room? Or
I don't
So
know.
There's not much on the other side of the room.
Like this is the
is there more floor for where they've wrestled around?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
maybe. Maybe under the table.
Yeah, under the table. You know?
On the
Maybe on the right on the floor?
I tried spraying the envelope. Oh, there we go.
Oh. What? Oh, this is the wrestling.
God, it's so fucking weird though.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh,
Awful.
Huh.
Twister.
look at this here. This is like a worse form of spraying for blood because it's like, what
Miles.
are you touching and why?
Twister without the actual mat.
Yeah.
Look at all this here.
It's performance art twister.
Oh yes,
Sex.
interesting. A multitude of the victim's handprints. Ah,
Hi.
Why are there so many of them on the floor in this one spot? Was he doing like push-ups or something?
Oh, perhaps he had a bad fall just here?
over and over.
There's nothing obvious they would have tripped over, though, is
Oh,
there?
no, there's the loose floorboard. It's a loose floorboard.
Mm. Yeah, she's hiding stuff in there. Secrets.
I wonder. Personally, I often stumble when there's nothing obvious to trip over.
I know.
Huh.
I know.
That's a mood.
I think that's only something a great detective would do, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm a great detective.
Shasta, you're such a good detective.
I'm the best detective, apparently. Well, this is quite a puzzle. Handprints all over the floor.
Yes, there's no obvious explanation, except the loose floorboard. Well, we sprayed Mr. Sholmes' amazing skin print indicator all over this room, didn't
We
we?
sprayed his amazing skin.
We did. But there are two places in particular that are of interest, I would say.
Yes,
Which
indeed.
the game let us figure it out ourselves.
The handprints on the floor there, And on the wall by the picture, you mean?
Yes, and I think the floor warrants closer investigation. I won't be a moment.
Susato, smash!
Ah!
What is it, Miss Isato?
Look here, Mr. Naruhodo. One of the floorboards has popped out.
One of the... You mean... It's a secret hiding place?
Excellent work, Mr. Sato. So what do we have in here?
Oi! What are you lot doing?
Finding things...
Real detective work, my good detective.
Finding the things that Scotland Yard missed because you suck.
Inspector Gregson. I didn't say anything.
Stand aside right this minute. It's my job to investigate here.
Really? Because you didn't seem to be doing it. No need, Inspector. You continue to dig into your portion of chips whilst we dig around under the floor here.
Your fancy talk's putting me off of my food anyway, Sholmes. A bit of new evidence is exactly what I need.
Anyway. Ah! Wow, a secret hiding place under the floor. What a find.
It's not a hiding place you could make use of in Japan. I don't think I could lift a straw. Tell me that.
No, I know, but I never expected one of these wooden floorboards to move either. It's got me wondering about the wall over there too. Aren't you curious?
Oh! I'll investigate at once. While he's busy with the floor. There's nothing behind the picture, sadly. Only the wall.
Weird.
Then what the does it have to do with the light? Like turning on the gas lamp?
Maybe. Oh, it could. Like you have to
Ooh, that's a
like
good
climb
thought.
climb up on the box. And like,
yeah, he
puts
moved.
his
The reason why he was touching all over the boxes is he was moving it into position.
Yeah, and then you stand on the box. You gotta put your hands on the wall to stable yourself, and then you could turn the lamp on. But then, how do you explain the handprints?
Though he's fucking tall.
He is very
yeah,
tall.
that's true.
Was someone else living here? No.
Olive?
No.
It can't be that. That was they're his handprints though. We know they're his.
Yeah.
We know they're his.
Right, oh, okay.
If we're not being led astray.
Unless he is her brother. That's true. Yeah, we only have Herlock's like touching the tea. Whoever touched the tea touched all this stuff.
Right.
I really can't think of why anyone would have been touching the wall over and over in one place like that.
Well.
Olive's not even tall enough to
Ah!
touch that though.
Why did you do this? What have you done?
There you are, a print for you.
Oh. Oh god, it's so bad!
This is better in the high definitions.
The photograph of the handprints on the wall has been entered into the court record. Traces of handprints on the wall discovered using the skin print seeker gun. There are multiple prints on either side of a hanging picture. Thank you very much. His invention can make prints too? Not bad. I wonder if Inspector Gregson has found anything under the floor there.
Can we look at that picture now?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to do. God, it's so bad! That's
I don't even know who it would be other
so
than...
upsetting.
So Seki?
Well, that
Yeah, but it's
There's
a
nothing
lot.
touching the lamp, though, is there?
there is.
A little
There's like
bit,
there's
but
like
not
little
much.
prints touching the.
Yeah, but if it was something to do with the lamp, it would be like
It would be as
glowing.
much.
Yeah. So weird.
So like you would touch along the wall more than you would touch the lamp if you were just turning the lamp knob on and off.
Maybe?
I don't know.
Yeah, but like for the purposes of game design.
Yeah, it means something. We just don't know what it means yet.
What? Yeah.
But Susato said there's nothing behind the picture. So the only other important
Maybe
object
there's something
in
in the
there,
picture.
the only other important thing that we can see on the wall right there, right now, is the lamp.
I'm desperate to know.
So am I.
Well, we'll find out next time.
Damn.
Yeah, good. Good shit.
What's under your floor? Is it a beating heart?
Wrong author.
No. What?
You mean Shakespeare didn't write that?
You mean Shakespeare didn't write the Telltale Heart?
Not yet.
Great. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. It's always a good time. We will be back again next Thursday with more of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. In the meantime, I will be streaming again on Sunday for more reading of Dracula by Bram Stoker. And then on Tuesday, we'll be starting Chapter 2 of Deltarune. So, make sure that you come back and check that out. Otherwise, thank you guys so much again, and I will see you next time. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.